Okay, welcome back. Welcome back to Lost in Our 20's podcast, episode 5, featuring me, Alexis.
And me, Arsh.
Hey, Arch, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
It's like we haven't been talking for the last hour.
I know, girl. We always have our pre-meetings or whatever before we start recording.
That turn into us talking about all things that don't matter. But yes, that is what normally happens. So yeah, I'm doing okay, working.
hmm
How was your weekend?
It was good. We were together on Saturday.
Yeah, we went to go get microneedling.
Yes, which was a lot.
An experience in itself.
It's an experience in
Uh,
itself, yeah.
um, Arch was just, she was in so much pain.
You know what? If you have never had microneedling done before, it is excruciating pain. I'm not discouraging anyone from getting it, but just beware that you're going to be crying, you're going to be in pain. It's a lot, but I guess it's worth it because it did shrink my pores a little bit, and that's like my problem area. But yeah.
Yeah, well, my experience was a lot less hurtful than Arch. I actually went first, and I'm happy
hmm
I did because if I would have seen Arch go, I would not have went at all because she was just, I've never even seen Arch in pain apparently because I was just flabbergasted when I seen her.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely hurt it in certain areas, like the forehead area hurt it.
Yes.
I, we say hurt it, but people be like, "What are you talking about?"
Wait, why? Do people not say that?
No, they'd be like, it's. I don't even want to say the right way because I don't got time for the judgment.
You know what?
But if you hear me say it that way, please give me a
Yeah.
break.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I forgot what I was talking about. It did hurt on my forehead,
hmm
the area before it on top upper lip, mustache
hmm
area, whatever. And then it definitely hurt in the area near the corner,
Yes, of
near
your
like the
nose
creases
and
of my
cheek.
nose.
hmm
Yeah, like that right there was a lot of pain.
It was.
And
And
that's
for
my
and
problem area.
Yeah. And for anyone that doesn't know what microneedling is, because I know it can be confused with like microblading and microdermabrasion, all those other things.
Yes, because I was
Micro,
totally confused.
yes. So microneedling is like little tiny microscopic needles going into your skin, causing little abrasions so that your skin will try to heal it. And in the process of healing it, it will also shrink your pores, get rid of any scarring.
Dark
Um,
spots,
dark spots, all that stuff. So it's a pretty nice treatment. It just
very
hurts like a
pricey.
bitch, very pricey. And I've had lip fillers before, and they didn't hurt nowhere near as much as micro needling. Would not
it,
recommend it. 0 out of 10 stars.
you said you might get it again if it
I
worked.
might, I might. Okay, I'll give it like a 2 stars out of 10.
Right now my skin is not in the best condition.
Mm-hmm.
Arsh has pretty glowy skin right now. Me, on the other hand, I'm still peeling. I'm still red in some areas. I'm super, super dry,
Mm-hmm.
especially in my T zone, which is literally never happens, but whatever.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, I haven't seen the amazing results yet. It did not hurt as much as I thought it would.
she
Um,
lying. She was crying.
no,
She
I was
was
not
not. I'm
crying,
just playing.
and I was on like the third level or fourth level.
Yeah, you actually took it like pretty well, and your needles were stronger. That's probably why you're still like peeling and stuff.
I'm tired of it. My skin better be amazing.
Girl, I think it
Um,
will.
Thank God for the mask because if not, people would see me and they'd be like, "What is going on with her?
It's not that
She's
bad,
clearly having a mental
please.
breakdown.
Girl, bye.
She's not taking care of herself." Yeah, because and then I just look like I don't know. I just look really bad right now.
I
Like,
think you're
what
lying. You look
no,
great.
Arch is lying. My skin is
Yeah.
literally coming
Oh my
apart
God.
now.
I'm
And
sick of
it
her.
just looks super bad when my skin is dry because I'm not a dry girl. I'm an oily skin girl. Um, but whatever. I have a mask on all day, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for it to get
The
back
results to
to.
pop in.
Yeah, I definitely see my pores are shrinking.
hmm
But I'm excited to rest because I'm tired of being tapping the skin. But other than that, over the weekend I just worked and yeah, I went back to work and stuff like that. And we did some relaxing. I was off Monday, which was amazing.
Mhm. Yeah, that sounds nice. I didn't do anything over the weekend, to be honest. Besides that, we went shopping and stuff.
Oh
After
yeah.
microneedling, we call our microneedling Botox and brunch. It's like a series we do, and I love it.
Well, we only done it twice,
I
but
know, but it's like more than
it's definitely,
once.
yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun. But
It
we don't get a
is.
lot of Botox.
We don't. I know it's probably giving people the wrong impression, but we just called it as a joke.
Yeah, ours got lip fillers, and then we got microneedling. But I'm
Yeah,
excited to do like more stuff like that. Even if we do
me
like just
too.
cosmetic stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like you probably don't need the eyebrow thing, but microblading
Mm-hmm.
or like nails, well,
Facials.
petties,
Yeah,
facial. We should
something.
go get a facial.
Yes.
But
All
anyways,
right.
we just went into weekend plan. Oh yeah, because I wanted to take you to go get crab.
Oh yes, when are we doing that?
I thought we were doing that this weekend.
Oh yeah, let's do it this weekend. I'm excited for that.
Okay. Anyways, enough about our weekend plans. How about
Yes.
hold on, we can also talk about a little bit about just briefly how we recently just got a new president about 11, 12 hours ago.
Yes. So, if you guys will probably be watching this on Friday when it comes out, but we're filming this on Wednesday and the inauguration was today. I'm still, my news is playing in the background and I'm hearing it all, or not hearing it, seeing it all. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, we have a new president and a new vice president, which is, a historical nomination as well as a win. So, you know, many, as the news outlets are saying, Kamala Harris is many of the first woman, first black woman, first Indian woman, first women in general. So
First Asian woman.
yeah, first Asian woman, all of that stuff.
She went to a historical black college.
Yep.
She also was part of the sorority, aka all
Hmm.
black, big black staples in the black community.
For sure.
So definitely shout out to them. I know a lot of people are getting well, not a lot of people, but I have seen some people in like, why are you guys celebrating? It's
Yeah,
like, listen, these last 4 years have been hard, and we have
they
made it
have.
through. That's something to celebrate in itself.
For sure. I don't think anybody should be shamed for celebrating the loss of a very incompetent president that we've had to put up with for the past 4 years. We should all definitely be able to celebrate. Of course, hold your politicians accountable,
Of
which you know
course.
what we will talk about because Biden has already signed like about 15 executive orders or something like that. So yeah,
So yeah, we're gonna talk about this topic more in depth. But
yeah,
before we do that,
we will be right back after this.
yes,
Want to make a podcast but not sure how to start? Well, look no further because the Anchor app is all you need. Let me explain. It's free, so you don't have to worry about any memberships. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Music, and many more outlets. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. When me and Alexis decided we wanted to do Lost in Our 20s podcast, we weren't sure where to start. But with the Anchor app, it's been very easy to get started. It gives you all the tools you need. All right, welcome back. Let's move on to pop culture.
let's do it. First one we're gonna be talking about is JT and Lil Uzi.
Mm-hmm. This has been a
The
mess.
the most like quiet but very loud relationship. Like everyone knows that they're apparently together, but no one sees them together.
That's true.
You know
And
what
I
I'm
love
saying?
how you explain that.
Like Santana be talking about Uzi and them being together. I've seen young Miami Carisha tag Lil Uzi in pictures. I mean, in videos of JT twerking. Like I've just seen. Like it's such a quiet but heard about. I don't know. It's weird. So, anyways, a few days ago,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Lil Uzi he posted. This happened like. on the 19th, I guess. So whatever day that was. So a few days ago, he posted a tweet that said, "I hate this bitch. Really knocked my tooth out. Strong ass hoe." Now
No.
allegedly this is JT, according to the sources.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we don't know. We hardly ever see pictures of them together. I've seen like one picture of them together. That's the one that got leaked by him. Um. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
so obviously it's not. Obviously it's not even something that's talked about. I think the tweet has even been deleted.
Okay.
Um.
What was the
And
tweet? The tweet
apparently,
was the one where he was cussing her out, basically. The one you said before.
yeah, the tweet was, "I hate this bitch. Really knocked my tooth out. Strong ass hoe."
Wow.
The grammar is not period. It's not good. There's not a period, a comma in sight.
uh,
Um, I think strong ass hoe is a different sentence because he capitalized it.
ooh, a
So,
run-on sentence. And I don't
so
even know my grandma
after,
like that.
so after Uzi tweeted that, actually, it might not be deleted. Um, JT posted a photo, a selfie of her at the dentist, and
Oh wow.
allegedly, that's how they tied it to her. But she eventually deleted the picture, the selfie. Um, Also on that day, actually, was it that day? I don't know. Anyways, a few days later, Uzi went live, and he's clearly with a woman because he said something like "shut up," and then the girl she like shuts the phone down to
Hmm.
get him off of Instagram Live, and I guess a photo. This is how JTV get caught up. They seen her nails in the video of the person shutting off his live,
Mm-hmm.
and she posted a selfie, I guess, a day that same day. And they was like, "Girl, I see the nails. That is definitely you." So,
You know what? I did see. I just found the tweet that you were talking about earlier, and it is still up on his page.
oh,
And then
okay.
right after he tweeted that, he tweeted this,
What do you
"Bitch,
tweet?
you." He said, "Bitch, you not Lori. You must wanna die."
Oh yeah, I do remember that. I forgot all about that actually, but yeah, I do
Yeah.
remember reading that at some point. Wow, yeah. Lil Uzi, he needs. I don't know. Like, I kind of like I like the idea of their relationship because she's like this real like hood street girl, and then he's like this weird. Actually, I don't know what his music is about. My little brother listens to it. I said I was gonna listen to his music at one point, and I will actually because I'm interested.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It didn't seem they don't seem like a couple that I would thought.
Yeah.
But I definitely didn't expect JT to be kind of taking this role on in a way.
I agree. I'm ready for her to move on. I don't really understand what she sees in Lil Uzi Vert, whatever. I'm sure he's a fine gentleman, whatever. I don't see it, you know. And I mean, she's a city girl. She literally her whole brand is about being a city girl. So like, why get caught up with this dude?
You know what?
And he has a white man on his profile picture, which I don't understand what is
I think
going
it's Lil
on.
Pump. I think that's Lil Pump or Little. It's somebody. No, that's not Lil Pump. Who is that guy? He was the guy. I feel like he was dating like Miley Cyrus' sister, but
Oh my
I
god.
can't think of his name.
Child.
So someone Googled Miley Cyrus' sister ex boyfriend, and they
Wasn't his
found
name
it.
like Trace Noah? Let me see.
Okay, no, you just lost me. It's little.
Girl,
Hold on, maybe that's not. It kind of looks like him. Now that I'm looking at it, it don't look like him. Okay, that's definitely not. That's definitely not Miley Cyrus'
it's not.
little sister ex boyfriend. But it looks just like her. What was that guy's name?
I have no
He looks
idea.
just like that guy. Let me look that up. Let me just Google Miley Cyrus' little sister.
Miley Cyrus' little sister. Oh my gosh, what was her name? Was Noah Cyrus.
Okay, let me Google Noah Cyrus' ex boyfriend because that. Oh, her. Okay, her name is Noah. Who was the? Oh, Little Xan.
Is it Lil Xan?
Yeah,
It really took
doesn't
us
it look
that
like
long. It
him?
does. It really took us this long to find who this white man was.
But I don't think that's him. It's not him.
Does he have a mom tattoo? No,
No, that's not
because
him.
hold on, is Lil Xan? He kind of looked like Billie Eilish. Don't he?
That laugh was so fucking ugly, and the girls are gonna be so mad. You know they
Girl,
love Billie
stop.
Eilish.
Do he not? They look the same. The resemblance is
I love
striking.
it.
I
Alright,
wish I
I
could
did
send
not
you this
expect.
picture.
Please send it to me,
Hold
because
on, I'm about to send this picture to you.
you say they like Billie Eilish.
He definitely the resemblance is like crazy.
I must see it now,
Hold
because he
on.
is hideous.
Okay. I'm trying to send this to you.
Are we talking about the same person? Because he is like literally like disgusting. This
Girl,
video, have you? I know you've seen this photo.
I have seen it.
Disgusting.
It is very disgusting.
I was like, what? Why is he sniffing her? I don't know. Okay, let me see.
Did you get it?
I did. Sorry, I just dropped something.
Girl,
Gosh,
look at this and tell me they not the same.
the disrespect to Billie Eilish is going on. It gotta be stopped.
I'm so sorry. I mean, Billie is great. Her music is great, but she is a little problematic. So, it is what it is.
Damn, you said she looked like Little Jen. Okay, so let's get back.
Anyways, we were
Let's
talking
actually
about
get back.
JT.
You're right. I can't like my cheeks. I cannot. Okay. So, so yeah, apparently, they've been seen out. She allegedly brushed his teeth. It's a whole lot of toxic,
Yeah,
toxic behavior. But they go do them whatever. So I
yeah,
really don't have an opinion on it. I do think this kind of makes JT brand kind of. I think it kind of does affect her brand in a way.
you think it does?
Yeah, and I say that simply because she has this city girl look, but then she's being like, being this way kind of in public. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, I think so too. That's what I was saying too. Like her whole brand is surrounded around being a hot girl, not caring, or not a hot girl, my bad, a city girl, not caring, whatever. Get
Yeah,
a bag,
but
get that bread, get that head, then leave, right? And this is just kind of like not it.
yeah, but at the same time, she is human. Like, cause I do know they tend to like more R&B because when I hear Carisha and them, they be listening to LMA and they like Keisha Cole and
Mm-hmm.
they like Monica. Um, they like yeah. So I'm just actually I don't know about Keisha Cole. They might like Keisha Cole, but I know they like Monica. Because who in Atlanta hates or who in the South hates Monica? Um, so yeah.
True.
Yeah. So I'm sure. I think she just likes that type of music at the same time.
Yes.
But well, I know she does like the little sad R&B stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. I just I hope JT gets in a situation that best fits her.
Yes.
If this best fits her for now, let it be.
Let it be. If you want to, whatever, your choice. Now, I will say, I kind of see what she's talking about in Lil Uzi Word because that one song, Life Goes On with him and Nicki Minaj, that was that song. Remember I played it for you guys one time? It was very inspirational type shit. I was not expecting inspiration from Lil Uzi Vert.
My little brother said that he got through high school by listening to Lil Uzi.
You know what?
And I was like, what? How come I
Yeah.
never knew you liked Uzi? He was like, I
Yeah.
love Uzi. And I was like, how the fuck did I not know this about my little brother?
Yes. Uzi definitely has some ride or die fans.
And I do remember the song you're talking about. I have no idea
It's like
the sound of it, but I do remember you playing me a Lil Uzi song with Nicki Minaj.
yes.
But that's
That was...
the extent of my memory. I can't tell you the sound, the beat,
yeah.
versus who went first, who went last. But yeah, I will
It
check
was
that out
nice.
because I definitely want to get into Lil Uzi because I hear that he has great music.
He does. That's what I've heard too.
So speaking of other relationships, we're gonna go right into our next topic, which is Lori Harvey alleged fake relationship with Michael B. Jordan.
I had no idea that this relationship was, or that there were even rumors that this relationship was faked because I thought for sure, like, this is it, like they're for real because I was watching Access Hollywood the other day and they said Michael B. Jordan has been looking for a serious relation for a long time. So I thought, like, this is legit, whatever.
I think people's confusion is the fact that he's with a black woman. Because Michael B. Jordan, I don't. So for years, there's been this rumor that Michael B. Jordan does not like black women, and I remember vividly. I was watching YouTube, and he was on that like 73, 72, 71 question thing.
Yep, with Vogue.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he said something. He said that I think one of the questions was like, "What's one rumor that you hear about you that something, something, something?" I don't know the question, but
Uh-huh.
basically he brought it up, and I was like, "Oh wow, he's addressing this."
Yes, because he was saying that no, like it's not like that. He doesn't just like white girls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I feel like if you gotta tell me you don't only like white girls, I just something about it just don't make it true.
it don't sit right with you.
It just don't sit right with me. Why you gotta tell
Yeah.
me? I should like it should be clear.
Yes.
Like I feel like you said, of course I like black women.
Right.
Why wouldn't I? And I
Like,
just don't
why is that a
believe it.
question?
Yeah, I'm just the fact that it's even a question makes me not believe you because you are insisting. And
Yep.
then so yeah, so the fact that he's with this black woman it surprised a lot of people. But I think what people have to remember is that she isn't the stereotypical like black woman. She isn't like the girl next door. She's this woman who people have put on like this pedestal in a way, and
Yes.
she's like her and Kylie Jenner are kind of one and the same,
Yeah.
you
I
know.
guess. I guess. Uh, how
Like
do I
she's
say
not living the
this?
same lifestyle as a like if he would have got with like I don't know regular girl,
Yeah.
not looks wise, just status
Right.
wise.
Not to
Like,
take away from like, her being light skinned or anything. I guess.
but she's like
I don't know.
I don't know. I just feel like this is a shock. I feel like anyone would like she's stereotypical, very much so in the media, pretty very what they would
Yes.
call exotic.
Yeah.
Um, so I
Racially
just
ambiguous, whatever.
when I well, yeah, I tell she's black, but they also like, but she mixed with something. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. I just feel like it's no shock that if he's gonna date a black woman, he would date Lori Harvey.
Right.
Like that doesn't
I get
surprise
what you
me.
mean.
Like
Like, why isn't it a dark skinned woman, right?
no, I just mean like it's fucking Lori Harvey. She's one and the same with Kylie Jenner.
Yeah.
People who like, there's a lot of people who I don't know, like who are interested in
But
the Kardashians, and I'm just like,
yeah. But would you agree that some men will say that they like black women and will only date light skinned black women and completely disregard dark skinned women? Because this is kind of the vibe it's giving me.
I mean, I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
I will say that's probably 90% of it for sure. I
Mm-hmm.
would say it's a big majority. I don't know if he would date a black woman, but then again, I try to think back on it. I don't even know if I ever even seen Michael B. Jordan in a relationship.
I don't think I have either.
Like, so how do
He's
we?
kept his like dating life very private, according to Access Hollywood.
Yeah, so how do we even know that he only dates
Shit, who knows?
white women? Because I've never seen him. Now I think about it, I've never seen him with a woman.
You know what? I
Like,
think the
not
media
like
might
saying he's
be
gay or anything. I'm just saying I've never seen him in a relationship. But then again,
okay.
I've never paid attention. The only time I thought that he had something going on was with the whole Lupita thing.
Oh,
Do you remember
okay.
that?
I don't remember that.
When him and Lupita, like they had, like people who say they used to flirt.
Wait, you're right. Like back when Black Panther came out?
Yeah, and there was
Yes,
something.
I do remember that.
Remember he did push-ups for something for a bet that they did together.
Yes!
I don't.
What was
I
that?
have no idea, but like I don't know. Other than that, I can't think of another time I've seen him. So I'm not even sure where that rumor even comes from, actually.
You
But
know
there's
what?
been a consistent rumor with him, so I feel like there may be some truth in it.
Now, is it really with him or are people getting him confused with Odell Beckham Jr. cuz he has clearly said that he only dates white
He
women.
said that.
I'm pretty sure he did. Hold on. Let me fact check myself.
No, but people are not getting that confused because I vividly remember that Vogue interview. Because I remember being shook. I
Okay.
was like, oh wow.
Yeah. Apparently Odell Beckham Jr. did say that he only dates white girls, but I don't have the source to back that up with, but
So
yeah,
allegedly, we cannot confirm that.
allegedly. I guess. I could have swore I heard that.
Fake news.
Fake news.
It's the last day of it was the last day of
The last day.
well, it still is the last day of Trump's presidency,
Yeah, technically,
technically.
whatever.
So yeah, of course we got to bring fake news into the podcast.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so
Okay.
allegedly that they're in this fake relationship. I think you had told me about some type
Yes.
of. Go
Mm-hmm.
ahead, give it.
So apparently, there's like a staff. They were like staying at some hotel or something, and a staff member had allegedly said that they both had booked separate rooms and they had spent quote minimal time together. Um, so that's a bit weird.
I mean,
Um,
it is kind of weird, but at the same time, in my head, I'm trying to think like, what would make them sleep in separate rooms?
yeah,
maybe they're celibate. Maybe they're doing the Sear and what's that guy Russell
Russell.
Wilson thing.
Yeah,
Who
it
knows?
could be.
Or maybe
Who knows?
this is a lie. I don't know.
Who knows?
Honestly, this relation. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I'm cutting you off a
Oh
lot.
no, you're fine. No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I honestly, I don't think I really care that much about this relationship. I think they're cute together. People keep talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was funny that everyone's saying like what's that guy's name who got
Got the
the
what?
Marvel thing?
Marvel thing. What's that?
I don't know, something with Marvel, and then her having the stones and some. I don't know.
Okay.
Clearly, I never seen that movie. You didn't see that gif? I mean, that meme of her where they said she was like that one guy from that Marvel movie, The Avengers.
Marvel movie, The Avengers. Oh, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't keep up with Marvel like
Okay,
that.
neither do I, because I don't even know the character's name. So
Was Black Panther Marvel?
yeah, he's part of Marvel.
Because that's the only Marvel thing I've ever seen.
Really? Okay, I've seen a few Marvel shows, but anyways, it's not a big deal. But I did like that joke that they compared her to the guy from the Marvel movie who is from the Avengers Marvel movie.
Wait, you talk about Wanda Vision's husband?
Who?
Yeah. We both don't know what the fuck's going on.
You know what? Let's just move on.
Let's just move on. Let's just move on. You know what? We wish Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan the
And
best.
if their relationship is fake, who cares?
Right, who cares? Do you, boo? I mean, I don't know why you need to keep it fake, but whatever. I understand.
If he needs a fake relationship, and Lauren Harvey needs another prosper, like, what's the problem? Let
Right.
them.
Go
I don't know.
for it.
It's not hurting anybody. Let them have their fake relationship. If you don't want to hear about it, don't talk about it.
Exactly. There you go. That's a great way to put that.
Yeah, but who really cares at the end of the day?
Yeah. Anyways, all right, let's move on to our next. All right, well, our next story is about Wendy Williams and her brother beefing over their mother's death, if I am not mistaken.
Pretty much. I mean, Wendy Williams' mother is accusing her of not attending her mom's funeral. Wendy Williams is accusing him of fighting at the funeral. The mom unfortunately passed away I think just a few weeks ago. I don't think it's been that long. And all I'll say is that it's simply just a mess, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. A little too public, honestly.
I totally agree.
Yeah, for a matter that should be more private, you know?
Yeah, I just feel like when it's death in the family, we all need to just be focused more on coming together and mourning the person we have lost instead of focusing on other things. Like, even if she did come to the funeral.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, did she come? Or is that real?
I don't think there's really no evidence to prove. Like, I didn't see any pictures of the funeral. So I don't think we will know. But at the end of the day, the people who were there know. And I don't
Yeah.
think it needs to be an argument online.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, this is probably a very vulnerable time. So,
Yeah.
I just think it's a little too public. And, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, why do we gotta be a part of it?
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure this is a tough time on the whole family.
I'm guessing he's trying to shame her, and she's trying to in turn shame him back. But what is this doing for you guys right now, though?
Right. It
like,
just
how
seems
is
like
it useful?
Yeah, no, it just seems like they're angry at each other, for other reasons, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like you guys should sit down and have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are arguing while your dad is still mourning, so that's probably making his experience of losing his wife that much harder.
Yeah.
So I just think that they should both log off,
Yeah.
or she should leave it off her show. Well, actually, if she's in the media, I think she should talk about it on her show because she
Yeah.
talks about everyone else's life. But
She sure does.
I think the point is it shouldn't have been talked about online or on TV in general. So,
Yeah. And can I just say, I'm not a huge Wendy Williams fan.
I can agree. I think me and Wendy, there are times where I like Wendy, but there are even more times where I dislike Wendy. So,
Yeah. I
yeah,
don't think I've ever liked her, to be very honest with you. Like, I will always catch her show on really late at night, like the reruns and stuff.
yeah,
And
same,
every time, yes, and every time, like, I will realize, like, wow, she is an awful person. She's super shady.
of course.
Um, and it's like shady to a point that it doesn't need to be broadcast. You know, like, she has no regard for anybody. Um, I don't know. I just don't like it at all. I don't understand why she's still in business, really, because it's like it's overdoing it at this point.
Well, she's still in business the same reason why Joe Rivers was still in business for so long. They say what's on their mind even when it's wrong, and people enjoy it for whatever
I
reason.
guess so.
And I think that's what Wendy, because Wendy have said some terrible things. Think about
Terrible.
the black colleges. I think she even questioned the birth of Blue Ivy and her being
Oh wow.
biologically, I think so, allegedly being Beyonce's biological birth child.
Yeah, I don't
Uh,
doubt it. She probably did talk about that. Sounds like
yeah,
something she would do.
as so many others did, and I think it's all
Yeah,
pathetic.
it is.
Uh, because even if she didn't birth them, who cares?
Who cares? And
Why is that a drama story?
exactly. That whole era of where people were questioning Beyonce on her pregnancy was sickening, really. Like
It was disgusting.
disgusting. It was none of y'all business. Y'all should have stayed out of it.
And
Like,
honestly,
come
when I
on.
meet people that repeat that story for whatever reason in 2020, whatever year it
Right.
is, because I've heard it in 2020, I'm just like, what the hell? I think my hairdresser said that, and in my mind, I was like, I'm never coming back here. Now I did go to her a few more times, but I haven't been back to her in probably
Yeah.
about a year, and it's not really because of that, but listen, that day when she said it, I was thinking about it, and I would have if I.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would have definitely stopped going to her, but like finding a good hairdresser is just so hard.
Yeah.
So,
I feel you.
um, yeah, but I don't go to her. I really don't go to hairstylists in general a lot, just every once in a while.
If you're still talking about Beyonce and her baby in 2000, what is it, 21?
Yeah,
Get a life, loser.
truly, please. She's
Ugh.
had two more kids since then. It doesn't matter who body they really came out of. They're her kids, and stop talking about people's kids. It's weird,
Exactly.
anyways. So,
Very weird.
speaking of people's kids,
you
we're gonna
are
segue.
you are killing it with these segues.
Thank you. I tried. We're gonna go right into the story about Sky Jackson and Solange's kid, Joel's.
Whatever his name is.
Joel's. I don't know his last name
I'm
actually.
not checking for
Is it
this little boy
Nose?
no more. You know, I used to stand him.
Yeah, because it's hard
Simply,
not to stand a nose.
yes, that's exactly, like, simply because he was Solange's kid. But now I saw, the way he was talking in the messages apparently that had leaked, and it just seems like he's got a lot of what's the word I'm looking for?
Entitlement, maybe.
Entitlement, as well as no respect for women, because the way he was talking about her was like reckless.
Which surprised me because Solange, I remember, I know we're going to talk about the election coming up, but I remember when A Seat at My Table came out, like that was just such a that album was so like forward, like it just like I don't know, it just really shocks me that her son is this way. But we're
Mm-hmm.
forgetting that again, he fits in the same category as the Kylies and the Lori's.
Mm-hmm.
They all really privileged, rich kids who
Rich, pretty kids.
rich, pretty kids
Mm-hmm.
that come from wealthy families and they just don't have much to worry about. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, some people just they don't develop that
Sense of,
super ego, if you will.
yeah.
Shoot, I don't know what the conscious yin and yang.
But see, Blue Ivy is not like that at all.
Okay, Blue Ivy is firing people. She probably
Blue,
is like that.
I feel like, I don't know. She just seems like a sweet little girl.
Blue Ivy did this when
I
she
know, but that was
in front of the Greens. Okay,
funny.
I love Blue Ivy, but
Yeah. I don't know. I
I just
was
mean
really
that
thrown
there's a
off by it.
potential. I still stand Blue. She'll
Yeah.
fire me. I'll be unemployed tomorrow, maybe if I keep going down that road. But yeah, so
Yeah. I was really thrown off by that because I didn't expect this from Solange's child. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
we haven't even talked about the story. Basically, Sky Jackson was in some way involved with Solange's son Joel. Sky
Mm-hmm.
Jackson, the amazing actor and very funny Twitter commentary
Yes, for sure.
person. Anyways, yeah, she's hilarious on Twitter. I remember she did this thing where she exposed racists. That was one of my favorite times on Twitter with her. Anyways, so yeah, so I guess a video and a photo leaked. Apparently he leaked it allegedly.
Wow, really?
That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true. I mean,
Hmm.
honestly, there's not many stories around this. I feel like I don't know if I
Yeah.
read it in any news outlets, but then again, I don't know if I was really paying attention really this week. I've been really into like the politics and shit,
Yeah.
because it's going on every day. But
Yes.
yes, and I think the biggest story was people trying to find the video because there was
Yeah.
allegedly recorded while they were both underage.
Yes.
So
So that
yeah,
already falls into many different categories.
pedophilia, start one,
Pedophilia, right?
creepy.
Just downright creepy, weird, all of it. And this must be really hard on Sky because her privacy is just exposed.
Yeah, and I feel like Sky already has it hard.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like she's definitely had it hard recently, and I think this just only added on to it. Oh yeah, because I feel like she posted like I don't know, I feel like her mom dragged somebody because I think she was like, if this was such and such. Yeah, I feel like that was, I think I knew who it was. I think it was that
Who
girl,
was it?
Storm.
Who is Storm?
Is that her name? Oh my goodness, I don't know if that's her name. Storm from Euphoria?
Mm,
Who plays Rue Little Sister? Damn, what's her name? Is that
yes.
her name?
That's her name, Storm.
Oh, okay, okay.
Storm Reed.
So I think there was a picture of her posted, and she had it like on a one piece. And then I
Oh,
think Sky Jackson mom was like, if this was Sky, y'all drag her, something like
they
that.
would.
And they probably would. And
Yeah.
I don't think they should either way. I don't think it's
Yeah.
right either way for them to shame girls for that. But anyways, so yeah, my point is Sky has had a lot of issue with the media lately.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, so yeah, I think people should stop trying to watch the video. I think people should give a break to Sky Jackson, and I think Joelle should get ready to pay Sky.
Yes. I remember you said the other day you would love to be a fly at the nose, or Solange's house.
I definitely would.
And that was so funny.
Because I just know, like, she's slapping him upside his head. Like, if she isn't, I'll be shocked.
I'm sorry, but I need that boy whooped with a belt. I don't
Yeah.
condone violence, but this is deserved. I mean, like, this kid needs some sort of punishment, discipline, something, because this is absolutely ridiculous. You cannot be out here exposing, videos of women.
And this is probably considered revenge porn. So he can probably, and then if it's pedophilia, it can be true if she was underage. I don't think it's been determined what age she has been as of yet, but he's underage.
Yes.
So, right on that list. I mean, I highly doubt he's still a privileged young man, and he may not even do anything jail time, but at least a formal, I don't know.
None of these celebrity kids are doing jail time.
Yeah,
girl.
they ain't doing no jail time. That's too much to ask for. But
yeah,
I hope Sky gets some justice, if anything.
I hope so too.
Uh-huh.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of
justice or lack thereof.
Yes, I was trying to do your segue here.
Lack thereof justice of the cases that were. I don't know. The stories that we've heard about Russell Simmons, that's what we're talking about next.
I was
Um,
gonna say, well, speaking of pedophilia,
oh, that's a good one.
yep,
But I think his was this actually no, it was I mean they were under 18, so yeah.
yeah,
That's a good one. That's another good one.
I tried.
No, I like it.
Thank you.
Um Yeah, Russell Simmons. I don't know. This story just recently came back up in connection to the Bali girls scandal. If you've heard of
Mm-hmm.
that, really quickly, the Bali, I don't know, two girls. I think they were a couple. They moved
Mm-hmm.
to Bali and they were doing some, I don't know, some shit, selling, making money, living life out there. I think they were also, I don't know. I don't want to speak too much on it because I really didn't hear much about it, but pretty
Mm-hmm.
much those girls have been since then been deported back to America. Um, and this pretty much brought up the conversation back to Russell Simmons, who currently lives in Bali after fleeing, after selling all his businesses and moving to Bali allegedly um, to just hide from his cases of sexual assault. Apparently, he moved during when the Me Too movement was at its height. He knew because I mean I even heard stories of people coming out, and I feel like he was defending himself. And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I even seen his daughter say something about it.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, he was in Bali. So
Wow. Yeah, apparently he had 15 women accuse him of
mhm.
sexual misconduct.
Which, I feel like isn't really far fetched. I mean, I don't know. When I
Yeah.
heard it, I was like, you know what? Not surprised. Because he does tend to date younger women. He dated Kimberly
Mm-hmm.
Simmons when she was underage. So
Yep.
it's just, and he has since then dated several models that have been very quite young.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, nothing will shock me with that situation. And the fact that he moved just proves more that he's guilty.
It does, yeah. And it's sad that he's probably never going to be held accountable for this. And these women are probably never going to get justice.
Yeah, because from my understanding, I don't know if this is completely true, but the Bali does not have a extradition type of law with America or whatever, where they can, send deport somebody to face, their crimes or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
again, sexual assault cases already don't get enough attention, so
They don't, sadly.
this is another non-shocking thing
Yeah.
in America.
Unfortunately. Yep.
So,
You
of
know what
Russell
we should
Simmons,
do?
what?
In one of our future episodes, we should talk about Jeffrey Epstein.
Okay, I think we should. I've been planning to watch all of the documentaries, but that case really,
We'll fuck with you.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I haven't even looked into it, but as someone who has worked with young women who has been trafficked, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
it just hit very close to home for me, and
Oh, yeah.
I just the idea of watching that in my free time, I just never thought about it, but I am interested in it. We talk about true crime a lot, me and Arsh.
We do, yeah.
We're big true crime fans, but whew,
Yes, I think that's definitely worth talking about, especially to awareness, you know?
yeah, let's do it.
So yeah, we should definitely talk about that in the future.
Yeah, I think we should because I've always been interested in that case, but
Yes,
it's just, whew, it's gonna be a lot. I need
it
like a week
is.
off,
Yeah,
but I don't want to do
the
it on my vacation
research.
time.
Yeah, you
But
just
yes,
gotta, yeah. Okay.
but yeah.
All right. Well, I don't have a segue for this, but
Oh, I
our
think I
next
have one.
story.
Oh, I think I
Do
have one.
you? Okay.
Um. Okay. Next. No.
Speaking of vacations
Okay.
or
Let me say that.
something?
I was gonna say, speaking of dumbass celebrities,
Dumbass. Oh, perfect. I love that.
we're gonna be talking about the celebrities who continues to throw parties during the COVID-19, during this pandemic, during this panoramic.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Um, yeah, which one of the celebrities is Bow Wow, Little Bow Wow, whatever.
Little Bow Wow. um, I haven't heard the song forever, but yeah. So Little Bow Wow, he allegedly did a concert. Um, it's now came out that he said it wasn't a concert. He was at a party or something, and he
Yeah,
performed half of some songs that people at one time listened to.
yeah.
Um, but yeah. So apparently he performed the song. He was not a performance. I think somebody in the government. Oh, the mayor of Houston even came out and
Yes.
said something about they was like basically saying like, why are you even holding something like this in the middle of a pandemic?
Mm-hmm.
And the Bow Wow came up with some a statement basically saying that it was not a Bow Wow concert. He was there for a party. He took off his mask for 10 seconds to do a half of a song and then put it back on. And in my mind, I'm like, but you still exposed yourself to COVID. So, like,
You were there, right? Like, and there was no mask. There
mm-hmm,
was nobody at that gathering with a mask. And if Bow Wow, he's apparently, didn't you said that he took off his mask and then he put it right back on after the performance.
mm-hmm.
But like, I feel like you can perform with the mask on because Miss Ariana Grande vocals, okay, was singing with the mask on at this one event that happened earlier or in the past year or something. So I'm like, why can't you do that?
Yeah, and I'm just like, Bow Wow, so you did this at a friend's birthday party. Did you even get paid to do this? Like, I'm confused at this point. I hope you got paid for
Yeah.
this. And the mayor basically said, like, why are you doing stuff like that? And he was like, why are you
Mm-hmm.
blaming me?
Yeah.
Like, because
He said,
you're a public figure.
exactly. He said, safe to say the mayor of Houston hates my guts. I can't believe I get blamed for the whole weekend. This is ridiculous. Okay, whatever.
Well, I think he needed to be shamed a bit, so it is what it is.
Oh, for sure. Like these celebrities who are throwing parties, just being irresponsible, they definitely need to be shamed for this because people are dying.
Yeah, like 400,000 people are literally
400.
dying,
Exactly.
and you guys just want to act like it's not happening. But
Yeah.
that's not surprising again.
If they just want to continue living their privileged lives while the poor and the working class and whatever are just dying from this disease that, we have no control over. So,
Yeah, and Bow Wow was not the only idiot this
mm-hmm.
weekend. Um,
The House of Songs. The Trey Songs.
the House of Songs. I actually love that. Trey Songs and Fabulous and a few other people, they hosted a black tie affair.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
even know. This was in Houston as well. So Houston is going to have a huge um, increase in COVID rates, being
Yeah.
that there were two events in Houston where people just refused to be decent.
Yep.
So yeah, people were partying at this event. I heard at this event that Trey Songz and Fabulous were hosting was, oh wow, there were a few people there. Apparently Mulatto was there, the baby.
Oh my gosh,
Oh no
Mulatto
no,
is not scared of
I'm
COVID.
lying. People were just saying that these people has also been accused of partying during the
Oh, okay.
pandemic. But yeah,
Because I was
Mulatto
gonna
does not
say
care about COVID.
she is at every fucking
And you know
party.
she have not had it. How the fuck I haven't been to?
She lying.
I have not been to any big party and I have had it. Like what?
She lying. Either that or she got a secret vaccine or something. I don't know.
She probably lying.
She probably lying. Yeah, she probably got it.
Um, but yeah, the event was eventually shut down. I think after a very short period of time, like very very short. Um,
Good.
Honestly, I don't even think Fabulous and Trey Songz even made it to the event before it was shut down. Oh no, yeah, maybe.
Did they perform?
Let me check. Let me check. Let's see. Blah blah blah. It was about 200 people waiting in line still to get in. That's smart.
Wow.
Um,
Oh wow.
wow, there were.
That's frustrating.
Yeah. Oh, their license is under suspended. It's under
Who
suspension.
is?
The place where it was held at.
Oh, as they should be. I mean,
Um,
come on now.
and you know, Trey Songz just had COVID like a few weeks ago.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, like very, very recent. So I'm just like,
So
you,
just because you got the antibodies don't mean everybody else got
and you can
antibodies.
get it again,
Whew, you most
apparently.
definitely can. Yes, you can.
So not very smart of his. But I think they were expected to perform, but I don't think they did. Because the event apparently didn't even last that long. So yeah, the event was canceled. I mean, was cut short, and those people that did get in, I heard they paid like so much money to get in there.
Oh wow, I bet.
And I'm just
Wasn't it in the thousands?
listen. It was more than what I would pay to do anything with Fabulous and Trey Songz. So that's just I can't imagine. I wish I knew the
Yeah,
prices, but I seen them and they were like that. It has to be insane. And
yeah.
another one of the hosts of the party was it Latoya Lucky's ex husband or soon to be ex husband?
Who?
Latoya Lucky from Destiny's Child before they left.
Oh, Latoya.
I think it is her. I think the.
Remember how?
hmm
Remember how in high school one of our friends used to call
Oh,
one of
that
us
was
Latoya?
disrespect. No shade to Latoya because I love some of her songs, but he was trying to shade us. Okay.
He tried to call me Latavia, and I said Latavia is a Grammy award-winning artist. Thank you.
Oh, I do remember that. That was funny. Yeah, he did try to drag us.
Yeah.
Oh, and he definitely
Anyways,
dragged Kiesia.
did he call Keisha?
Remember that picture?
Michelle?
No.
Which
He
one?
put up a picture of her next to Frankie, who is Keisha Cole's mama. You remember? You don't
No,
remember that?
I don't.
When I tell you it was a disrespectful. If I find that,
Why did he come for us like that? What did we ever do to him?
I don't know, but that Kiesia
That is
shit,
so funny.
that shit was. I remember we were at the I think we were at the hospital. Um,
Oh
this is
wow.
when
How at a hospital
this is when
or
that
one
yeah,
person?
this when that incident happened or whatever. And
Yeah.
he posted that, and everyone was just dragging each other back on Facebook or whatever. But and she made us all report it. She's like, I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna report it. And then she had us all report it till it came down. But
Oh my
if I find
god.
it, I'll send it to you. You know this because it was like a
He's just so dramatic.
no. He got her with this one. It was really good.
But Kiesha really do be making me delete all my pictures just because she thinks she looks bad in it.
She do.
Yeah.
What a mess. But if I find the video
Anyways.
picture, I will definitely send it to you because it's that funny.
Okay.
Like he dragged the fuck out of her. And if you remind her of
Wow.
it, she'll remember because she talks shit about it. So
Yeah.
okay. Let's go to our next segment. We're gonna be talking about what everyone's been talking about, which is
Goodbye, Pookie.
Arsha's been waiting to say that.
I really have. Goodbye, Pookie, Donald Trump. Hope to never see you again. You know what? I was watching, I was watching it on and off. I fell asleep, but I was watching this morning when he left, and one of the last words he said to the American people was, "Have a good life."
Oh, I seen that.
And then it just sounds like the toxic ex. You know when they're like done with you and they're like, "Have a good life without me."
Yeah.
And that's what he sounds like. It's just pathetic. Like, you're done. Leave. Pack your bags and leave. I know Melania was happy. She was up there.
She was
smiling.
ready to go. She said finally.
She was ready to go.
Even though it's still fuck Melania, but she was definitely
Melania.
ready to go in that moment. I also watched the inauguration. I watched most of it. But yeah, Trump is out the house. Before we get into inauguration, we kind of want to talk about Trump and just things with him, unfortunately, being part of our life for the last 4 years. So going back to a few days ago, there was some conversations about Trump doing pardons, which any president would do towards the end of their presidency. Yeah, so there was some talks that he was going to pardon Lil Wayne, which we now know he did.
Okay.
How do you feel about
that? Can we get a refresher on what pardon means just real quick again?
Yeah.
For those of us that don't.
Who is those? Can you?
I think this is what you said, that at the end of a presidency, the president gets to pardon or forgive crimes, right?
Pardon basically means, yeah.
Yeah. So he decided to do that for Lil Wayne and Joe Exotic?
No.
Okay.
He did pardon Lil Wayne, and he did pardon Kodak Black. He was allegedly supposed to pardon Joe Exotica. Joe Exotica apparently had like a Hummer waiting for him, and he didn't get pardoned, which was a joke, which was hilarious.
Oh my god, I just typed in Joe Exotic's name, and the first thing that pops up is Tiger King's Joe Exotic speaks out after
what did he say?
not receiving pardon, and then hold on. Wait a minute. He says he's too gay to receive a pardon from Trump?
What?
What? The fuck?
Trump probably didn't pardon him probably because of that. Because I don't think Trump has ever said anything about him, has he?
I don't think so. I didn't even know this was like a thing or anything, honestly. Let's see what he said. I only mattered to Don Jr. when he needed to make a comment about me to boost his social
Oh,
media
okay. He did
post.
apparently comment on him.
Yep. Whose real name is Joseph Malindo. I'm not even gonna pronounce. We all know. Joe Exotic continued, referencing a meme Donald Trump Jr. had shared online last year, in which the then president's face was superimposed onto Joe Exotic's mugshot. Boy, were we all stupid to believe he actually stood for equal justice. His corrupt friends all come first. I mean, we already knew this, Joe. Like, where have you
First
been?
of
How do you
all,
not know
Joe
this?
is in jail for plotting to kill a woman, like as well as killing tigers. So
Yes.
Joe,
But fuck Carol Baskin. I'm
I,
sorry. She's a bitch
I mean,
too.
yeah, she definitely is, but but he deserves to be in jail, like as well as a
For
lot of these
sure.
other people. When you pardon someone, is I thought, from my understanding, when you pardon someone, it should be someone who deserves to be free, who was
For
maybe
sure.
like not served justice. And I look through people who I'm aware of their case. Well, I'm not as I don't really know much about Kodak Blackface, but I know Kodak Blackface is the nicest person. So I'm just like, all those
Mm-mm.
people could have stayed in jail.
You know, speaking of someone who really deserved, justice, I think there were two men that were executed under Trump's order.
Yeah,
And I'm trying to remember their name right now.
and that guy
Hold
he just
on.
got executed. He could have saved him.
Yes.
Or what
Yes,
about
he could have saved these
the
people.
woman who was executed a few days ago, and she had a mental illness and had been abused and all this, and he's executed her. I feel like he should have used that for those cases instead. Like I said, I don't really know much about the Kodak
Yeah.
Black case, but I can't imagine it being as important as that case was. But
I'm just trying to remember the names of these people because I think it's worth saying. Higgs, what is his first name? Oh, was it Tanji Jackson?
I'm not sure, Arsh.
One of the women. Oh no! I'm sorry. That is something completely yes. But I was just trying to name the people that were executed under Trump in his last days as president. So yeah, Dustin Higgs was one of the persons.
Hmm.
Who was never there was never enough evidence. Apparently, like, allegedly he had killed some woman named Tanji Jackson, and that was, never really what's the word I'm looking for? Never really
Proven?
proven, yes. So awful. Trump is an awful human being for that. People like Joe Exotic don't need to be freed. People who could have really used justice, he didn't provide that. And that just goes to show another example for why he was a horrible person, a horrible overall president.
Absolutely. And speaking of being more horrible, Trump has also talked about wanting to create his own political party
Oh,
called
please.
the Patriot Party. Now, what
The
the
what?
Patriot Party? Now, what all
Oh,
I feel like I've heard this name before, so it wasn't a shock when this came out. What Trump failed to remember is that the Patriot Party is already it was an existing party already,
I was gonna say I've heard that
and it
before.
has simply like ended after I think like 1980 or something. So, um, Trump, um, him creating their own party is stupid, but it
Very.
has potential to fuck up the Republicans. So I,
What do you think he'll do
I
next?
think I know we talked about this last week, but I think my mind has changed. I do think that he will do some. I wouldn't say jail time, um, but I will say he's gonna end up in a work position that he started in. I believe that. Um,
I
I
hope
still
so.
think that he's gonna end up somehow on Fox News.
You know what? I really do think he's gonna get a show on Fox News. It just seems like it.
Yeah.
He's as much as I want him to go to jail, I really don't think he's gonna end up
I
going
think
to
he's I
jail.
think he's going to be very broke. I heard Ivanka Trump is thinking about running for Senate in Florida
Oh
because they
wow,
all moved to
really?
Florida.
They did all move to Florida, and I found that really weird.
So yeah, I'm gonna just say that he might just I don't know, piggyback after her, and she's gonna be
Yeah,
awful in Florida. But what else is new?
yeah,
So
yeah. They'll probably take over Florida. I mean, they'll probably have better luck down there since that is a Republican state. All the racists live down there. The racist white people, to be specific, old
yeah,
white
a lot of
people.
racist
So
white people
yeah,
moved down there. So
yeah.
yeah, so I can't really say much about that. I don't think the party is gonna last that well, or I don't think it's gonna be a great party.
I don't
I
think so
don't even
either.
see it being successful. I think he's disgraced himself a lot, but I'm hoping Ted Cruz will go
Yeah.
over there. That'll be kind of fun.
You
I
said
said I'm
what?
hoping Ted Cruz will maybe join that party. I think that'd be kind of entertaining.
Oh wow. Did you see Raphael at the inauguration? He was
I
looking
actually did
rough.
not see him, but I think he and a lot of other Republicans know their days are numbered. Hopefully,
Yes.
at the end of the day, Democrats, while they do own right now that both houses, plus, you know what? Speaking of that, because I know we're gonna go into that. Um, actually, we can wait, but I definitely
What
want to
is
go
it?
into how I think the Democrats are just gonna fuck it up somehow
They
because they've
probably
already
will.
started for some whatever stupid ass reason. They have decided to share the Senate. I'm just like, for what?
Why?
Like Chuck Schumer, why would you want to share power with him? He would never share power with you. You think Mitch
Ever.
McConnell, if he had 50 split plus plus a vice president who was president
Never.
of the Senate, he would split the power with Chuck Schumer? Like what the fuck?
Mitch McConnell didn't even want to give us a flop ass $600. You think he's gonna want to share parties or whatever the hell
Share
it's
power
called?
of the Senate.
Power of
So
whatever.
I'm just like, the Democrats are gonna fuck it up. They really are.
Probably will.
They really want to be nice, and I need them to be ruthless.
Yeah. I need them to be
I
ruthless
need them
too.
to fight
Yes.
for our fucking check, and they want to be
They're
lollygagging
not
and be
doing it.
friends and shit. But what else is new? Um, so we wanted to kind of also just end kind of this presidency and just reflecting on kind of our time as Trump being president. I feel like you and I have had conversations. I don't know if it was on the podcast about how we remember when Trump got elected and how like it was just a shift.
It was.
Um,
Do you want to start?
um, you go ahead. You go ahead and go first. I want to hear from you.
Okay. Okay. I remember it was 2016. I was in my first year of college, and I had no at all any hopes that Donald Trump would win. In my heart, I knew Hillary was going to win.
Yeah,
And when that did not turn out to be, I remember just being completely shattered. I knew that the worst was coming at that moment. It was like a big shock because how can a country, that elected a black president go back to this? You know what I mean? But unfortunately, like you realize as time goes on, you realize like wow, like this country was never really made for us. It was never really made for black people, for or not Asians. Well, Asians are thriving, some of them, Hispanics, whatever, you know what I mean? So like a lot of things like came, like how do I explain this? Like there was a lot of realizations that came out of his presidency. But I do remember the next day going into like my classes and stuff. It was very depressing. It was a very depressing day. It was a cloudy day too, to match the mood or whatever.
it was a cloudy day.
And
I remember that.
it was just, it was heartbreaking.
You know what? I think we
Um,
were in class. We were taking a class together at that time. We were taking English. Yeah,
were
because I
we?
remember I was on campus, and I think me and you had just left English class, and there was this guy there. He was like a black flamboyant gay guy, and he had on his Black Lives
Mm-hmm.
Matter shirt the day after. And I remember thinking like,
I love
wow,
that.
like I needed that because I almost forgot. Like
Yes.
I was completely like, yeah, like
Shattered.
that day was definitely a little
Yeah.
shattering because I did not listen. If someone would have told me that, I would. I was like very, very just very
Yeah.
shocked. Like I was like, there's no way. I have been watching this very liberal political channel at the time. It was like Turks and
Mm-hmm.
something. I don't know what it's called. I don't even know if it's still a thing, but I don't know. I remember getting it really into them, and I don't know. From all I heard was that there was no way he was going to be president, and when he was, I was like,
Yeah.
what are we gonna? I thought this was going to be like World War II Germany,
Like prank.
like I just think no, I was thinking like the worst, like this, like soon we're gonna be in concentration camps. Like I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like they really elected
Yeah.
him
I thought it
because
was a
he's like
prank. I really thought it
he
was a
was,
prank.
and every day I was like, damn, did they really elect him? Did that really happen? I was like,
Wasn't it like every single day I would think that like I'm like, no, this has to be a joke. It's gonna change. They're gonna like go back to Hillary. You know what I mean? Like I kept
yeah,
thinking
because
that.
he had came in the gate talking about walls. He had came in the gate talking about Obama not being from America. I'm like, ain't no fucking way.
Really. And that was really an eye opener, I guess, for me personally. Like, I mean, my eyes opened up to what America is really about when we were in high school, and we had one of our teachers, teach us about Black Lives Matter, teach us about police brutality and everything. And things were starting to open up to me, at that moment. And but just going through a Trump presidency will give you a whole different perspective on what's it like to be living under white supremacy.
Yeah, I definitely thought that I didn't know how long this era was gonna last, and I'm happy it ended right
Me
in
either.
time. Um,
Yep.
but yeah, I definitely remember going back, and then all the shit that he did throughout his pregnancy, the Muslim ban.
Pregnancy.
What I call it?
You
Why the fuck is I saying
said
pregnancy? Oh my goodness,
pregnancy.
the devil is in this
I
house.
get you.
Okay.
I get it though. I understand you. Okay, you were saying what were you
Uh,
saying? Everything he did
yeah,
under his
the Muslim
presidency.
ban, the transgender, bathroom laws, the fucking concentration camps that are in America full of brown people and kids being snatched from their kids, and the wall, and him
Yep.
calling the guy in Georgia, Secretary of State or Secretary of Defense or whatever, down there telling them to count the votes and all this whole thing.
Yeah, including him taking us out of the Paris Climate
That
Agreement.
him taking us out of the World Health Organization, him
Mhm.
saying that thing about brown countries being a piece of shit or whatever word he used.
Yes.
Uh,
Not defending dreamers and DACA
saying that
recipients.
people in Charleston on both sides were good when they were KKK members. Just all of
Oh.
the awful things he has done. Him talking about
Yeah.
Rafael Cruz's wife.
Mhm. What did
I
he say
think
about
he
his
said she
wife?
was ugly. I mean, was it a lie?
Oh
No,
wow.
but
What?
should he said it? No, he should not. Yeah, but Trump, I keep saying pregnancy. Bruh, what is going on with me? Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna say it again. Trump being a president has been definitely a hard 4 years, but we're definitely happy to put it behind us. Anyone who has gotten past that is like we all deserve. That's why in the beginning I was talking about it's a let everyone celebrate that it's over.
Yes, because that was really rough time
Yeah, and
in
a lot of
history.
us didn't think we were going to survive. So many people did survive. I mean, there are 400,000 Americans who are dead because
Exactly.
poor leadership
Yep.
and not responding to this pandemic. So, and that leads us right into our new president and Vice President Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Her.
The inauguration, like we said earlier, was today. Um, Trump has decided to be a more of a fucking baby and decided not to even attend any of the inauguration at all. He didn't even he didn't even keep up with any of the traditions that are normally a normal president would, like inviting him over
Yep.
and going and being at the inauguration. I mean, come on. All he did was allegedly write him some note. Alleged.
Yeah. That Biden did not want to share because he said it was, private or whatever.
Oh, he said that?
Yes. In the news.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I bet it said something like the tweets and shit that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
It was probably really childish.
Yeah.
Uh, So yeah,
But he
so
he did say Biden did say that it was a generous message, whatever that means.
in that case, I bet he didn't write it.
Shit, it was probably somebody else.
Probably somebody on the team,
Yeah,
and he probably just approved it. He was like,
yeah,
okay, fine,
like
but
a here damn.
yeah, he probably signed it at the bottom, like, okay, I
Yeah,
said it. Um, definitely a here damn moment. He was like, I'm just gonna give you this and nothing else, and it was just totally, apparently disrespectful. I mean, I don't care. I think
very.
it's better that he wasn't there, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Biden had actually said that he would prefer it like that anyway. But I do just want to point out one thing
Mm-hmm.
is that Obama got so much shit for years from Republicans, and even though we all know Obama didn't like Trump, he still took all of the responsibility, and he did the traditional send off. He was mature about it
Mm-hmm.
and everything, and Trump didn't. And that's just another example for what an incompetent fucking loser, disrespectful of a president, and just an overall person he was. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you can't do the bare minimum. Like, this is literally the bare minimum you have to do, and this is all also another slap in the face, because now his supporters are going to be even more in their feelings, or like thinking like, yeah, our president didn't do a peaceful power, so now we're going to go out and be crazy and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
it's irresponsible, really.
And he has yet to even say, hey, he has yet to concede and say, hey, I lost.
Yeah,
And, I really like where you were heading with that, because not only did he not do that, he pretty much gave up his position these last few days. Like,
he did.
Mike Pence has pretty much taken over all of his duties that,
Yes,
that presidents usually do at the end of their term, saying, bye to the troops and shit like that. He hasn't done none of that. His schedule literally said, I'm sorry guys, I've been watching CNN crazily and MSNBC, but apparently, I don't know if I knew this or not. I don't know if you know this or not. I don't even, yeah. The president's schedule comes out each day, and his schedule has been saying he is going to go to many, many meetings and have many, many phone calls. And I'm just like, what child wrote this?
the fuck.
A child would literally, that's how, I heard someone say, like, that's how a child would describe a president's job.
Oh yeah,
I'm just like, is that many, many meetings? Who are you meeting with? What are you
right.
discussing? Like,
What the fuck.
that to me, it almost sounds like, it almost to me, like, visually I picture a little boy signing his mom's name as mother.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm just like, it's that stupid. And again, he didn't even do any of his jobs these last few days. I mean, he didn't even call in the National Guard when the attack on the Capitol came,
Oh
the terrorist
yeah.
attack came. That was Mike Pence. So Mike Pence really took over his duties for the last few days. Mike Pence
Yeah.
actually attended the inauguration, but no praise to Mike Pence, though. He still
Not at
is
all.
awful, as well as
Not
all
at
of
all.
his ex and current supporters.
For sure.
So, the inauguration was nice. Michelle Obama came to just take over in a way.
Yes. This was her day, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know it was her day, but it
She
was.
snapped.
Michelle Obama looked amazing. Honestly, I was lying in bed because I don't go to work until in the afternoon, and I was like, "What is this glow coming from the television?" I was so confused, and then I was like, "Who is coming? Who's getting out this car?" And I was like, "Is that Michelle?" I was like, "No, that ain't her. That ain't her."
Oh
And it
yeah.
was her, and I was like, I was shook. Like, she looked so good.
Exceptional.
Um,
She looked so
it
beautiful.
was almost rude in a way.
It was it was like she outdid the first lady.
Like, she really did. And Jill looked good.
Jill looked good. She
Dr.
did.
Jill looked, oh my
Dr.
God.
Jill.
Yeah, she looked really good. So, but
Yeah.
listen, Michelle, when they came in, everyone just clapped. And, the Obamas, they definitely have their imperfections or whatever, but
They're very poised, always
yeah.
elegant, always keeping it classy.
Hmm.
So yeah, and by the way, Michelle Obama was wearing a dress by Sergio Hudson, who is a black designer.
Of course it
So
was.
shout
Because
out, yeah, so shout out to him for doing that.
And she consistently wore black designers throughout her
She did.
reign as first lady. Of course, she did.
Yes.
Now let's go back into the inauguration. Obviously, with the Capitol being on attack just 2 weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
they obviously boosted up security. National Guard was all across the Capitol.
Mm-hmm.
Going days going into the inauguration, there were fences being built. There was a huge police presence, and there were 12 National Guards who had to be removed due to their uh, association with right wing white supremacy groups.
So they just like they were straight up white supremacists.
They had some ties to a white supremacy or right wing groups
Okay.
um, online in some capacity. It's not very clear on who these people are. They were not fired; they were just removed from duty of that day, which I think is ridiculous. Because if you are part of any of those groups, why are you part of the National Guard, the military?
Yeah.
Um,
They should have never been picked in the first place.
Yeah, and I remember seeing something that said that they did an FBI background check, and I was like, how the fuck was the FBI background check not done prior to their hire of a National Guard
Now
as
that's
a
just a
National Guardsman?
mess.
I was like, what is going on? See, they're a mistake. Like, listen, I got an FBI check for my jobs, so how the hell are they not getting an FBI check?
Girl, when I got hired at my job, they took fingerprints of all 10 of my fingertips. All
Yeah,
10.
the last I want to say 4 jobs I've had the same thing, like fingerprints. I worked in a building where I couldn't even take my phone on the floor.
Are you
You
serious?
have to, like, me and Carmen, we worked at a job during the summer working with taxes or something. You
Mm-hmm.
can't bring a phone, you can't bring a flash drive. There are security. You got to go through the metal detectors, and then every random people, you get searched.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
it's literally like the fucking airport, and literally it's in the middle of the ghetto, which I think is so funny. Actually, no, it's not in the middle of the ghetto. It's actually downtown, but it's in like uh, the not gentrified area of
Yeah, yeah,
downtown.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's like very, very high security. Like, so I'm just like, I'll
Y'all can
say all
have
that.
security for that, but y'all can't have security for, like,
National Guard. Yeah, I can't have
right.
not security for the National Guard, but like some FBI background check.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I mean. Like, there's
And
no, like, strict regulations for them, but there is for, like, everyday people doing everyday jobs.
yeah, it was literally a temp job. Like it was like not. I didn't even work at the job for a week.
Oh,
I think
really?
yeah, but I'm oh my goodness, the money was great, but
I think I remember
uh
you guys telling me about that because I was trying to get in there too.
told you it's a really decent job actually, and it's
They're
really
hiring.
easy. They usually hire around like April tax season,
Okay.
and then they peak again at September.
Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely really easy work for a lot of pay.
Okay.
Um, and I even think they went up in pay since I went there because I think Carmen worked there again. Anyways, but I think this should be the standard, really. If
For
you
sure.
are tied to right wing groups, you should not be in a position of power because obviously,
Absolutely not.
you consider yourself above the law and above color, people of color.
Yeah. That's a threat, really. This you know, domestic terrorism. So
Yeah. Um, Before we move on, I really want to quickly talk about an officer who has been given his flowers, which is a big part of my year, kind of this year, my theme this year. Um,
can I guess?
can you guess what?
Can I guess who this is?
Oh yeah, I'm sure you know.
Eugene?
Yes,
Her.
he he obviously is known as the guy who helped save the Capitol.
Single handedly.
He basically literally just told the idiots to follow him, and they did. Like, not only are they idiots, but he outsmarted them. He was like pushing them. And anyways, as of today, he has been promoted
Oh,
as
congratulations.
the acting deputy sergeant at arms. He also, um, escorted Kamala to the inauguration. He was
Yeah.
a part of her security detail. He was apparently Gucci'd out, which I'm sorry, that was hilarious to me. He was wearing all Gucci, and I was like, I know that's right because I would
He's gonna be
definitely.
on TV. Exactly. He had to show out.
I am ready for his interview. Who is he? Who was interviewing this guy?
Right. Can we get him on our podcast?
Could we? Let's email him.
Let's email
Uh,
him.
actually, he's too busy now, but um, so yeah, shout out to him. I'm happy that he is getting all the recognition for this.
For sure.
And all those people, I forgot their name, but I know his name.
They
Like
didn't do shit.
all the people that stormed the Capitol, I literally forgot their name. Seconds after it happened.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, one of the girls who stormed the Capitol, she stole Nancy Pelosi's laptop, and she got caught.
Oh wow.
I don't know her name either, but
Oh wow. She really she stole her laptop. What was the point of that?
this I should have mentioned that. You're right. So she stole the laptop because she has a friend in Russia, and she wanted to send the laptop to Russia and then have the friend in Russia sell it to the Russian intelligence. It turns out her dumbass, of course, grabbed the laptop that they simply use to have Zoom meetings and maybe a presentation.
You know what?
So there's not any information that you can't
She ain't
find.
get nothing out of it.
So yeah, so now she's in jail for not only federally stealing. It sounds like she was doing some type of, what is it called when you betray your country?
International crimes, some shit like that.
Sure, she was
War
doing
crimes.
yeah, like domestic terrorism. She already doing that. So
Yeah. That is wow. You know how Drake has that song Mob Ties or whatever?
yes,
All Trump and all his supporters should make a song or just be called Russian Ties.
pretty much. And yeah, she's getting nothing out of this. I mean, you stole a laptop, as
That
a
didn't have
terrorist.
shit on it.
And literally, Nancy's pissed about it.
Oh yeah, I'm
I
sure
seen her
she
interview
is.
with Joy, and it was amazing.
Is this what you were telling me earlier that Nancy has
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I watched the interview and something about it because I never really see Nancy talk.
Yeah.
I just know who she is and her position. I know she's important,
Mm-hmm.
and I know generally she's on the side of the people. But she did this interview last night, and of course I watched it because I wanted to see, and plus I always watched that show at that time. Anyways, I was expecting someone else, but um, I was excited. I was definitely excited for the interview, and it was just amazing. And also, I don't know, it kind of made me see like Nancy probably has a gun in her purse. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of what I got out of the
The
interview.
takeaway from it.
Yeah, I just feel like she would have shot one of them. Like she kind of reminds me of this movie called Red.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that?
No.
Anyways, it's a bunch of old people in it. Who's in it? What's that dude with the bald head? And he's on Die Hard. What's his name?
Girl,
White guy.
let me look up Die Hard.
What is his name? Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis is in it. What's that really old black guy name? I'm bad with names right now.
Is he also in Die Hard?
Yeah, no, he's not in Die Hard. What is his name? Old black. Oh my goodness.
You said old black. What?
Old black guy. What's his name? Listen, I didn't know the white guy's name either. So,
That's funny. I have no idea who these people are. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
Why don't I just look up the movie? What is I'm doing? He's one of our favorite speakers ever. Like he has a amazing voice. Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. Oh my goodness.
Morgan Freeman. So it's a bunch of people in that movie, but there's one girl in there named who plays Victoria, and she kind of there's something about her that just kind of reminds me of Nancy.
Okay.
Like the character in the movie, like she was like planting flowers, and then she lifted up something, and there was like a huge gun.
Oh wow.
But she was like, I love flowers, but then the next minute she was like, I love killing people.
Oh God.
And I was like, oh wow. So I don't know. That lady kind of reminds me of Nancy Pelosi for whatever reason.
You know what? I want to say something, but I feel like I'm gonna sound like an idiot, so maybe I shouldn't.
Okay.
She said, okay.
I mean, you can say it or not say it. No judgment.
You know, this one time I had said it and you were like, what did you just say? And then you were like, say it again.
How to...
Do you remember? I
No.
was like, because, okay, I was like, I was stepping outside and I had to let it be known that, okay, so I have a trick. This is going off,
Oh, I think I know what you're talking
this is
about.
going off track, but you know what? This is actually important. If you ever feel endangered, right? Or if you're coming out of your house late at night
Yes, a
and
PSA.
yeah, PSA, if you're ever coming out of your house late at night and you just, want to make sure that you don't get attacked or anything, you want to make sure. This is what I do when I come out of my house late at night. I say, "Oh my gosh, do I have my gun with me?" "Oh, yes, here it is." And I'll say it really loud so that they know, whoever is hiding outside is like, not fucking with me. And then one time I came out of the house, I was like, "I got that thing on me."
I
And
do remember
Alexis
that.
dragged me. She was like, "What the hell?" So,
We was on FaceTime with the group, I think.
yeah.
And
Well,
I
anyways.
tried to screen record it, and then I forgot to turn on the sound. I was so mad.
But yeah, since I have been robbed, not like straight up to my face, but
Oh my
I was
goodn't.
a victim of vandalism.
Arch
I
lives
always
in a
have to
subdivision with security. Okay,
we do not have any security out here.
y'all have them. I used to see security on that street all the
You are
time.
lying to me because
I swear.
if we had security, I wouldn't have gotten robbed. I would have known who robbed
Arch,
me.
I swear you guys used to have
We do
security.
not have any security up here at all.
I don't know if they stopped doing that, but I remember it because everyone lives on that street. Like
Yes, they do.
kids, your grandma, my aunt
Yeah.
lives on that street. Um, and I remember it's always was like a white car and security
No,
thing.
there was never. I promise you that.
Probably not since you lived there, but I definitely remember at one point.
Simi has my cousin Simi. She has lived up here, since 2004, and I grew up in this subdivision, and I've never heard of any security related. We've never had security up here.
Okay.
I promise you. But anyways, I was a
You
victim
still
of
live in a
vandalism.
subdivision.
Real bad. So yeah, you gotta make sure when you come outside, you gotta say like, "Oh my gosh, did I forget my gun? Oh wait, no, here it is." Just to keep yourself safe. So anyways, Nancy Pelosi is like, I got that thing on me or whatever.
Pretty. That's hilarious. But pretty much, I definitely feel like, I don't know, I just feel like she has a gun or a knife or, I don't know, a blade under
Something.
her tongue. It can be loads of things, but I just feel like she would have probably at least tried to fight back.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure these authority figures in politics probably have high levels of security around them,
Oh yeah, yeah. She even said that. She was like, I wasn't really worried about my safety because I know I have a lot of security.
Oh, that's
She was
funny.
she was like, I was worried about my colleagues and stuff like that. She said a
Oh
lot of good things.
yeah.
She called the people terrorists.
Oh
She
good.
she refused to say when she's gonna send the articles of impeachment. She
Hmm.
said the president was awful, and then when they asked about the other politicians eventually being impeached or getting facing charges, she said maybe, but she can't say that.
Yeah.
So
All right.
it was a great interview. But yeah, more about the inauguration. Um, who performed? Lady Gaga,
Lady Gaga, J Lo
J
apparently.
Lo.
Bored.
Yeah. Her
Lady Gaga was
performance.
good.
Yeah, Lady Gaga was okay. It's I don't care about that song, so I was just like, okay,
I
girl, let
don't
me
either.
fast forward it.
Yeah.
And I was able to because I had watched it. I was behind on watching it.
Mm-hmm.
When J Lo got on stage, I was like, oh my goodness, is Ashanti with her? Um,
Uh-uh.
that's literally what I said because I was on my way to work. But yeah, yeah, the
Yeah.
performances they were just performances, I guess.
Yeah.
His speech I sort of listened to, but not entirely.
Biden's speech.
Yeah, I do know he kind of just said, he's going to be the American for all Americans. I feel like he
Yeah.
said that like a few times.
He said it like 1,000 times. You know what's so funny? While I was watching the inauguration, I had like fallen asleep. And in my
Mm-hmm.
sleep, I was like in a hallway where there was like someone was like doing a speech and I had to be quiet. So it was just funny how like it kind of played into my dream.
Speaking of that,
Mm-hmm.
after I had got done watching that Joy and Nancy Pelosi's interview, and then in my head I was like, "Wow, Nancy has a gun," and I think I had a dream about that. It came back to me earlier, and now it just came back to me again. And I've been waking up like I gotta stop thinking about dumb shit. Like that literally led to. I feel like yeah, that led to a dream. So
Yeah.
what the fuck is she pulling a gun on me? I feel like that happened
Girl, oh Lord.
in
Whew.
my dream. But yeah, um, yeah. So any other impression about the inauguration? Jill looked
Mm,
nice.
yes. I
Kamala
liked
looked okay.
No, you didn't. Not my
No, I
auntie.
did like her outfit, but I just thought the other girl, Michelle. Listen, Michelle is not
Michelle did
fair.
not come to play. She did not. I'm sorry. I feel like at this point she don't even try. It's just like how she is, naturally.
Yeah,
She just slays.
she did. She
This
looked
was
so
probably just like
good.
a everyday outfit for her, probably.
And speaking of slaves, I want to also say that the Biden family.
I was just about to say that.
Why did they look so fucking good? I said, who are these young
Oh
people
my God. I was just about to say that. I
making a
stand the
fashion
Biden.
statement?
Yes, I kind of stand the Biden family.
I was like, okay, did they really do this? Like,
I love how close the whole family is. Like
yeah.
I was watching or not I don't know if it was a documentary. It was like a news channel. It was in the news today. And they were saying like how his granddaughters, they used to play with Sasha and Malia in basketball. Obama was their coach apparently.
Oh
And
wow,
then they said, our grandpa, he would, take care of his presidential duties, and then he would still make it to their like games and stuff.
wow.
So I kind of found that really sweet that, he really is a caring person, I guess.
Yeah, he went to church today. Pretty much everybody went to church with him.
Oh
Nancy
yeah.
Pelosi, her husband went. Kamala went. Joe Biden, obviously, he was there. His
Yeah.
family was there. Chuck Schumer was there. Mitch
Yes.
McConnell and his little wife was there.
Ugh.
Um,
Not Mitch McConnell.
I always say his name fucked up. I do not care. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, he was there. And so yeah, they went to church this morning, and then they went to the election. I mean, then they went to the inauguration, and yeah, so they talked a lot about how his faith has been really important to him and how he always stops in cities and visit Catholic churches when he
Mhm.
feel like he needs a reconnection to, because his faith is apparently very important to him. He used a Bible for his inauguration that has been in his family for over 100
Oh
years.
wow.
Which he's old, so I'm just like, damn, like he's 80, so
He's the
that
oldest president ever elected.
is he really?
Yes.
He's old as shit. Oh my
He's
goodness.
old as
And
shit.
Nancy Pelosi is like 80 years old. I'm like,
She is
she is 80?
82. She's old as shit.
Wow. And again, I'm
And
tired
she
of these
moves
old
around.
people.
I know, but she moves around better than like my parents. My parents are like in their 50s.
I seen her walking, her and Joy, they were walking in the Capitol, and she was pointing out shit when the rioters and stuff was there
Yeah.
and talking about all the history that's just in this room. And she was just gliding on the floor. I
I
was like, oh
know.
wow,
Like,
she didn't like shake. She was, she clearly been taking care of herself.
oh
So
yeah.
shout out to her. And she has five kids.
Nancy got 5 kids.
I want to see them kids actually, because when I
You know
heard that,
what? You're right
I
because I
said
was
five
just
kids.
yes, she actually does. I just remembered because I was definitely researching that the other day.
Five. I haven't even seen these children. I want to see what they look
They're
like.
old though. They're like
Yeah.
older than my parents.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Or one, I think a couple of them are.
Yeah, I know they're definitely old because she's old. But
Yeah.
five kids?
Oh
Dang.
yeah.
But after three kids, oh, goodness. I'm
I
surprised
know.
she's
I
still
would have.
walking at this moment.
Oh shit. I do wanna say one more thing about Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I just completely blanked out what I was gonna say. Oh yes, like he's had a lot of tragedy and trauma in his life too. I didn't learn this until like recently that his first wife and his daughter actually
Mm-hmm.
passed away in an accident, and then later he remarried to Jill and everything. But that's a lot to go through.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why he's such a believer in like his faith and everything, because sometimes when you go through so much tragedy, you have to become like a religious person because that's the only way you can probably find peace. I don't know, those are just like
No, I definitely agree.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, I definitely agree that his faith is like really important to him. I know I was watching some interview and they were saying like when his wife died, he was already a senator,
Oh yeah.
and he was like, I don't know how I can continue doing this. And
Oh yeah.
some other senators was like, well, you put yourself into your work and you know, yada yada yada. So
Yeah.
before we move on to kind of what Biden is doing, actually, no, we can cover that a little later. I just want to definitely just talk about what it means for Kamala to be president. I mean, be vice
Yes.
president and stuff like that. But I think
Yes.
we're gonna get to that. So, since Biden has been, I mean, up until his inauguration, it was a lot of news stories that he's gonna start passing all these laws,
Mm-hmm.
and he has since passed a few of them. Arsh, you want to tell us more about that?
Yes, I do. Okay, so I have a whole list. This is all something I got off of Twitter. It's about 17 things that he has already done. So he really was not playing when he said, I'm going to get right to work.
Yeah.
He has, number one, stopped the border construction. He's end the Muslim travel ban.
Mm-hmm.
He's rejoining us in the Paris Climate Agreement. This will take 30 days to take into effect. He is
Like
ending the
insurance.
yeah, it really is. He's in the Keystone XL pipeline and revoke oil and gas development at National Wildlife.
Which was a huge story once he won at the beginning of his presidency because it was, you know, on the land of Native people, Native American
Yes.
people. So,
Yes, so this is definitely a good thing for them. Number five, he wants to count non-citizens in the U.S. Census again because that will help more with funding.
yes, I love that.
Because they are technically still. I mean, they might not be citizens, but they are living here, and they are paying their taxes.
And they do receive
Um,
services and such.
for sure. So,
So,
and the census, helps us have better funding. So these people that are living here need to be included in that so that they can get the funding that they need too.
yeah,
Yes, he is rejoining us in the World Health Organization. Dr. Anthony Fauci will join a board meeting to deliver remarks on the global health and COVID
I
pandemic.
love that. Which
Love it.
Trump took us out for whatever fucking reason.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, come on now.
We've been in that forever. Why would you take us out?
It's so dumb.
It's like taking your kids out of school for no reason. Like,
Right.
and they supposed to do what?
Right. Stay home all day, watch TV, video games, just dumb. Okay, other thing is he's doing 100 days masking challenge, a nationwide face mask and social distance mandate on federal buildings, land, and by federal employees and contractors.
Which I thought
Um
that was already a thing. I mean, I
I
gotta wear
know,
mine numerous
yeah.
other times.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I would really like to see like a nationwide, like everywhere masking for 100 days.
Same.
But yeah,
I would love to see like restaurants and non-essential businesses shut down for 100 days, and that's really
please.
to do that whole thing over. But I know
Yes,
it's really hard for people. So and you know, it affects small businesses and people who work in those industries. So
yes. But those people should be compensated because we can obviously afford to put nearly $1 billion in the U.S. military. Then
for a
we can
wall and stuff like
definitely,
that.
exactly, and we can definitely afford to help these people so that they can stay home and prevent this pandemic. But that's a
Right.
whole different discussion. He
It
has,
is.
yep, he has extended eviction and foreclosure notices and stuff, or yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's continued the pause on student loan payments until September 30th.
Ooh, shout
Congratulations.
out to me.
Shout out to us. I gotta make another payment. I just made my payment too, so I'm not doing another one until September 30th.
Yeah, I love that.
Um, he is defending the Dreamers program for undocumented young Americans.
Love that.
Love
And
it.
also that he's also having he wants the government to definitely work on reunited families that have been separated due to brown people being put into those terrible unconstitutional camps.
Absolutely. And 1,500 children went missing from that, by the way.
Yeah.
And we still don't know where those kids are.
And I feel like they have the right to sue.
They do.
So America needs to pay up for that
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
I would love to see a lawsuit against that.
Yeah, so much
Um,
emotional stress and
yeah.
trauma that they have faced.
Oh yeah. He will change Trump's arrest priorities for immigration and customs enforcement. So like, typically this is for like if someone is undocumented and they, get caught with a speeding ticket or like a small misdemeanor or something, they won't like directly be deported. Because, I feel like that's unfair. I mean, I do understand, you know, if someone is doing a crime, you want to lock them up, you want to hold them accountable. But some of these times they're just small little petty things like a speeding ticket. Like you do not need to be deported over a speeding ticket.
Right, definitely.
Yeah. Next thing he is doing is keep protections for a group of libertarians in the country. I'm
Hmm.
sorry, librarians. I said libertarians. Okay, we're on number 13. Reconstructure federal government coordination to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, he actually created a COVID plan, which Trump administration had not.
Yeah. So he does have a plan. That's good. Number 14, actions to advance racial equity through the federal government. Every federal agency to review equity in their programs and actions. Revoke Trump's harmful 1976 commission. I'm not sure what that is.
I would have to look into it.
I will have to look into that
I think
too.
out of all of the one, I mean, yeah, out of all the ones I didn't really, I kind of zoned out for a second, but,
That's okay.
uh,
Okay, and then we got three more left.
okay, let's
Number
do it.
15, strengthen workplace discrimination protections based on sexual orientation and gender identity.
Damn, he did a lot today.
He did.
He made me feel like I do nothing today. Okay, what else he do?
Okay, he is freezing last minute Trump administration regulatory actions.
Okay, I just want to speak on that because we didn't talk about that.
Okay.
Within these last few days, Trump has made some really weird like moves.
Oh, for
Like
sure.
he like a guy like resigned. I don't know. He just been appointing people, and it's just like, why would you be appointing people into the last few days of
Yes.
your thing? He also made it where as of next week, like he stopped the travel ban from people, going in and out the country from
Yes.
spreading COVID,
Okay.
and they were like, why is he doing that? Like, what's the point?
Right.
So yeah, I think that's what that's pretty much talking about. But go on.
Yeah, and it definitely seems like a pick and choose type thing. Like he was definitely picking whatever was like on his agenda rather than, like I said earlier, instead of like pardoning what Joe Exotic, he could have pardoned or he could have stopped these people from getting executed that like didn't have enough evidence against them to be executed.
Yeah, he also I also forgot to mention that he also he wanted to publicize the investigation into his the election,
Yeah.
the 2016 election, and
Mhm.
they were like, why? And then the FBI said like, no, it's too sensitive to be public.
Yeah.
But it's just like, why do you want that put out right now when you just been impeached and you have to go through a trial with the Senate? So yeah, bunch of craziness with him.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's a good thing he's gone. And then the last thing that Biden has signed today is to formulate executive branch ethics doctrine. He wants every executive branch appointed to sign an ethics pledge, and the pledge commits federal employees to uphold the independence of the Department of Justice, whatever that means.
I think that's probably saying like, I don't know. From my interpretation of it now, I would say it means like basic human decency
Oh,
of
okay.
being. I don't know. Like I know you mentioned something about like them having to uphold ethical standards.
Yes.
So
Ethical
maybe
pledge.
yeah, like them having to uphold because Trump has pretty much shit on every party. I mean, on every part of the government. Like the
Mm-hmm.
executive branch is completely shot on, and then well, with the executive branch is the cabinet members who control so much.
Yeah.
Secretary of Education, Secretary of Transportation, military, all that shit. So I
Yeah.
think that's what I took from it, but I don't know if that's actually true.
Okay. Okay, well, that is all of the stuff that he has done today. I know on the news today, I did hear someone say that Biden is the most qualified person that has ever ran for president. And I am critical of Biden, but I will agree with that statement just because he has been in politics for so long. He's been a president before,
Uh-huh.
alongside with
Vice president.
Obama, vice president, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Alongside with Obama. And so I do feel like he has a lot of experience, and I feel like definitely we're getting off to a good start, especially since he did all this on his first day. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
He also his as you know, Kamala is obviously making history right now as
yes,
being the first. We already know. I feel like I've heard
first
that.
of many.
Yeah, and I heard that many. But he also appointed a Rachel as the assistant health secretary, making her the first openly transgender federal official in the
Oh,
U.S. history.
purr.
So yeah, and I did some research on her. Found out some, I don't know, some controversial things that people were talking about, but also some really good things that she have done. The controversial stuff, I don't know if it's true.
Okay,
Um, but yeah, it seems like she's done a lot of work with public health and also advocating for marginalized populations and such. So
okay.
shout out to her.
Shout out to Miss Kamala Harris. Wait, no, we're talking about the Rachel girl. My bad. I'm sorry. She was on my mind. I was thinking about her.
Yeah.
You
And then
looked at me like, what the fuck is
I
she
was like,
talking about?
oh, and we didn't even mention Amanda Gorman, who was the youngest inaugural poet in U.S. history, who delivered an amazing
Yes.
poet at the inauguration today.
I did
So
not
shout out
listen
to
to
her too,
that, but I need to listen to that immediately.
immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, are we gonna talk about the stimulus? I know you wanted to talk
Stimulus.
about.
Well, there's really no update on if we are still getting a stimulus. I think Mitch McConnell's dusty ass will still have to agree on that. And if the fucking Democrats would just not try to share power with these motherfuckers, we would have the stimulus. So, on another note, I need Democrats to go harder for us, please, and thank you.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna really quickly just kind of go through some of our expectation. I feel like there's a lot of expectation for them because the Trump administration was just so bad.
Mm-hmm.
We're just like, can it really get worse? I
And
hope not.
you know what? And I'm sorry, they kept saying "Make America Great Again" and whatever. Who were they making it great for? Is my question.
Whew.
Who?
Well, themselves.
A mess for white supremacists. Anyways, expectations for Biden and Harris. What are yours?
Um,
I'm sorry, I got so mad. I was like, I've been thinking about that. I'm just like, they keep saying it, but like, who's there for?
I think it was very clear who it was for. It's for themselves,
I
for
mean,
other
of
white people that look
course.
like them.
But like, why? Like, why are they not understanding that?
I think they understand that they just simply don't care.
Yeah, it just makes me mad. Anyways,
Um, I don't know. I'm really hoping. First of all, I'm not. My expectations are still very low for them, just because I feel like some way somehow Democrats will figure out a way to fuck this up. This lead.
as they always do.
It's just like you guys are literally in the league. Y'all are like 10 points up.
Yeah,
And there is like 5 minutes on this. Well, there's a quarter left. Okay, I don't know sports,
I get your thing
but
though.
my point is like I don't know. I feel like they're gonna find a way to fuck it up, but I'm gonna try to have faith until they prove me wrong. So
Yeah.
far, he has got a lot of stuff done, and and yeah, and they have such a lead. It's just like, how can you really fuck it up? But so I'm just gonna try to practice faith with it
Mm-hmm.
and hope everything like turns out pretty well.
I hope so too.
And
Um,
it's been a big moment of
yeah,
Kamala been like president. vice president. Like that's huge
yeah,
for
it
a lot of
is.
us.
Yeah, and I don't want to discredit that or take away from that at all. So, enjoy it, celebrate it, but please let's also hold these politicians accountable because they are there to serve the American people,
Hmm.
all American people, not just make America great again people. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember when I first seen that, I was like, "What the fuck is MAGA? Like, what the
Right.
hell?" I remember being so confused because I hadn't really paid attention to a lot of the Trump administration
Me
because
either.
I didn't think it was gonna last that long.
I didn't either. I didn't even know what mega was until like last year.
And I'm talking about the Arch. Are you serious? Since last year?
I'm dead ass. I had no idea what mega was. I kept seeing it everywhere. I'm like, maybe it just means like mega, like Megatron. Like Trump thinks he's a mega. You know what I mean? Are
No,
you judging me right now? Okay, never mind.
no, I'm
I
just
don't even care.
okay. I thought I was unplugged. But yeah, I remember at the very beginning of his presidency, I was like so low. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
Because like I didn't know that they were connected. Because I feel like I don't know. I didn't pay attention to him. I didn't care about him.
me either.
I just assumed he would eventually disappear at some point, and he did not, and he continued to flourish for a long time.
He
But I'm
did.
excited that he is no longer
Yeah.
flourishing. So,
Her.
what are some of your expectations for
My
them?
expectations from Biden and Harris are number one, this pandemic, of course, as it is, I would say the biggest threat right now to humanity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if we can't control this virus, people are going to continue dying and whatever. So my expectations from them is obviously, perhaps a shutdown of some sort. And then, of course, compensating people that are, um, closing down businesses or out of work, anyone that's not essential or whatever. Something along those lines would be great. Another stimulus, please.
And another one after that,
And
please.
another one after that for sure. Extended unemployment benefits, please. Um, at least until the vaccine is available to everyone. I know people are barely caught up with their bills. People are still playing catch up with bills. So that would help tremendously.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I will say, like I said earlier, like Biden is off to a good track. I really do appreciate everything he has already, signed today. So I guess just continuing that, working on climate change, having, doing something about systemic racism.
To me, that's what I mostly want to see out of them because as I was watching that Nancy Pelosi interview, she talked about like injustices with Black people. She talked about Breonna Taylor, and she talked about I can't even remember the other person she talked about. Oh, who else did she talk about? I can't
George
remember. But
Floyd? No.
yes, George
Okay.
Floyd. That's what she talked about because there's a bill being drafted that actually had gotten dismissed that was named the George Floyd bill.
Mm-hmm.
And she talked about that bill and how his family wanted the bill to be named after him. But before they submitted it, they wanted to make sure that, the family agreed with the law in itself.
What is the law?
Actually, I have no idea.
Okay.
But she didn't go into depth what the law was, but it
Okay.
hasn't even been it's like it got denied or something. But I think she was saying like, oh, she hopes that it gets presented back to the floor. Well, and it gets
Yeah.
approved when it gets presented back to the floor. It sounds like it will
Okay.
get presented back to the House floor and maybe the Senate. But anyways, and she talked about those stories, so it's clear that these politicians who hold all the power now, so there are no longer excuses
Mm-hmm.
on why it won't be a change
Oh yeah.
in our police departments and our
Yes.
justice system.
Yes.
So that
Definitely.
is a very high expectation of mine that I need
Yes.
them to do.
Definitely need them to defund the police. I know that New York City police got Teslas. Um,
Damn, Tesla.
and exactly, and
I didn't even
someone
know that.
someone on Twitter tried to fight me and say, well, if you look at it,
They don't need
Tesla.
Teslas.
Exactly, but this is the person trying to argue with me said that it will actually save them a lot of money over the years. But here's the thing, though. There are many ways to save money if that's the
Yeah.
concern. You can get a Toyota Prius and pay, what, half of that? It does not. A Tesla is a luxury fucking car. The police does not need to have Teslas at all.
Not a Tesla. Listen, only the very upper middle class people and very rich people even get Teslas.
Exactly. For what?
And police cars are normally really, really nice. I mean, I know our police in our city recently, within the last like 10 years, has gotten a whole new cars.
Yes.
And I'm sure in the next few years we'll see them get a whole new sound of car. So I just
Yeah.
and I know New York is probably very similar. And I new Teslas,
No. I don't want to see it, and
so they
I
can have
don't
a
want to hear
laptop
it.
in their car. Like
Probably.
that's probably what they were. Well, they already have a lap. They already use a
No.
laptop. No,
No.
girl, let them use that stupid ass computer that they've been using. But
No.
I digress.
I want to definitely see more defund the police from Kamala and Joe Biden. Um I want to see them definitely make some like restrictions on who can become a policeman. I would prefer a law about that.
Yeah,
Um, and you know how like earlier we were talking about how like the National Guards didn't go through FBI checks and stuff. Like,
yeah.
and I feel like there is some sort of flaw in the system that is, letting these people slip through the cracks, or not even cracks. They're just letting these people in for no damn reason. So
Hmm.
definitely I need stricter checks, background checks,
I would love to see,
psychological evaluations
of
for these
course.
people. Yes.
I would love to see a just an edit of the Medicaid and Medicare and healthcare in general,
Oh, per.
because they have control of the House and the Senate, like and the executive branch. Like,
Come
come
on
on,
now. Yeah.
like this is a time for you guys to be pushing. Y'all got 2 years to push everything.
Yeah. For sure.
They're gonna fuck it up some way. Let me
They
stop saying
are.
that.
We have to manifest. We got to stay positive or whatever.
I try.
Yeah, and we need free healthcare, but I know
Yeah,
that's a lot to ask
and
for.
free college. Like, come on,
Please,
let's
please.
do it.
Because I'm ready to go back to school, so who paying for this degree? Not
What
me.
you always say you never want to go back to school, so that surprises me.
I really want to.
Are you
I
serious?
do. I want to get my master's now.
Ours has been against getting going back to school since we started school.
I did. I was like, I will die before I go back to school, but now I'm gonna do it. But I need someone to pay
Wow.
for it. So that's why I'm gonna try to find a job that will like pay for it first
Hmm.
and
Where do you
then
want to
do
get your
it.
master's in?
Probably marketing or communication, one of them.
I
I
love
don't know
it.
yet. Yeah, or maybe business. I don't know.
You have
Whoever will
never
take me.
you've never spoken about this, so that
This is
really is
recent.
shocking because
It's
you have
recent.
always been against going back to school.
I have, but
I
the
remember being in
further
school. You almost convinced me not to go back to
I
school.
did,
I was
but
like, hold
things
up,
have
do I really need
changed.
to go back?
Yeah. It just, I just realized that education and my experience is not really getting me where I want to be. So
Hmm.
I know that I need to go back to school to be able to be the bad bitch that I want to be.
Sure.
Her.
I am too going back to school. I'm hoping in the next few weeks I can really just get my life together and do the little things that I said I was gonna do, such
Yes.
as figure out my plans for our school. I'm set to start school in like June, but like the way my life is going, I'm not stepping inside of a school in June.
I want to say
Um,
fuck school, but like I'm a different
oh
person now.
wow,
So you have to do it.
I'm fuck school right now, and you're like go to school, and I hate it.
I know. You can do
Like
this. I believe in you.
the idea of going back to school, I'm thinking about dying
It's
first. Like,
sickening. It's really sickening. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, I don't think I don't know. School is just like really dead to me. I did an extra year of college, so I did 5 years in total.
Hmm.
And when I figured out how to do that fifth year, I almost died. Oh, my eye twitching. It's triggering me.
Uh-oh.
Okay, my eye was really just twitching.
Oh gosh, you had a
Okay,
flashback.
because I just remember like they really go like I was pissed, and it's
Yeah.
all because I had terrible advisors, not because I didn't even have bad grades, which
Oh
pissed me
wow.
off. I'm like, I'm on the fucking dean's list, and I'm emailing teachers like, can I please get into this class? And they're like, nope,
Nope.
nope. So,
They don't care.
and that added an additional year to my college, so that was so much fun.
God.
Um, so yeah, so the idea of school sucks. So I'm very surprised that you want to go back to school.
Yeah. I'm a changed woman.
Oh.
My mom always pressured me, and I was always like, no, I'm not going to do it. But now I'm like,
Yeah.
you know
That was
what?
one
You're
thing you
right.
never even thought of. I feel like that was,
It was never on my radar until recently. But, it's not, I'm definitely not doing it yet. I definitely need to, like, get into the job that will definitely pay for it. Because I do not want a student loan debt again.
mm-hmm.
I'm barely paying this one off. So I'm not going into that again.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I definitely feel that. I mean, I have a very short student loan debt, and
Me too, but still, it's killing me.
I'm not looking forward to pay.
I'm not.
I think I owe more than you. Actually, I don't know.
I only took out for two classes for one semester. Everything
Yeah.
else was paid for.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely think I owe more than you.
Yeah.
Because I took out money that I didn't even need because I wanted it. So,
Girl, I feel you. I should have
yeah.
did that because I was struggling back then.
Yeah, I just didn't want to struggle during and I needed money to keep me afloat. So it's money that I
Exactly.
actually did need,
Of course.
but I could have just worked. But the reason I didn't want to work is because I wanted to put my mama studying school. So it was just all of
It's
that in
tough. It's
one.
the balance is tough, so I don't blame you, girl.
Yeah, and it seems like we're yeah, and it definitely, I don't know. It seemed like a good idea in the moment, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
So
it is. It's all good.
yeah.
All right. Well, I think that wraps up our hot or what is this pop culture for this week?
Yes, I
Our
feel like that was
news.
quite long, but
It
it has been a
was
very busy week.
very eventful.
Uh, very, very eventful week. So,
Yeah.
how about we take a break and we'll be right
Yep.
back? We'll be right.
All right, let's move on to Lost in Adulting.
Yes, let's do it. Today we're gonna be covering. We kind of been switching some things around, and we kind of making Lost in Adulting kind of how we originally wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, today we're gonna talk about dealing with mental health in the workplace.
Yes, and I think this is a very important topic to talk about because I feel like a lot of people suffer with it in silence, and I feel like people should address it, you know,
Oh,
and maybe get some coping skills with it.
yeah, for sure. I definitely think mental health is definitely very important. Um, and being able to balance work-life balance is so important to having a good mental health. It's funny because I actually recently did a group on managing mental health in the workplace at work, for clients that actually have mental illnesses. And
Did you do a group? Is that what you said?
yeah,
How did that go?
it went okay. Right now, my groups are really really small. I mean, like very small.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of low census, and but it went okay. I mean, I think it's taught me ways that I should try to work on managing my mental health because these are coming from, I guess, people with serious mental illnesses, and they have still managed to balance work and mental health.
Okay. So, what would you say is like has been the worst a job that like really a job in the past that has really been heavy on your mental health?
Easy. I
Easy.
would say that would be when I worked in customer service
Mhm.
as a at a call center for like a financial company.
Mhm.
That was like the worst because I didn't really love that work. So I feel like I was more mentally drained just because I was doing something that I didn't even like doing. Like I
Yeah.
didn't care about like money and retirement accounts and stocks and bonds and shit. Like I was like so bored with that. Like I would come into work. Me and Arch, like our friends, we would party all night. I would go to work,
She would.
be hungover, half sleep, doing a half-ass job, and I hated it, and I still hated it, and I worked less at that job than any other job I've ever worked at ever. I worked like 16 hours a week, and it was that bad.
Yeah.
The worst job on your mental health.
Yeah.
So what was it?
What was what?
I said, what was the worst job that you have had that was bad on your mental health?
Um, uh, it's quite a few of them.
Mm. What was like the most?
Let's see. Can I just name them all and bash them all? Because they're
Sure,
all
let's do
pieces of
it.
shit.
Let's bash all of them.
All right. So my most recent job was at a financial institution. I'll just leave it at that.
A bank?
And
Why did you? I was.
a financial institution? Is that a bank?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. It was at a bank, and I worked with a
Oh no! Say,
manager.
say financial institution.
Say financial institution.
I'm just messing with you.
Okay, so I worked at this job
Mm-hmm.
not too long because I got sick and I had to like leave or whatever. And both of the locations that I worked at, I had to do my training at one location and then actually go to the other location.
In the same
I
day?
no.
Oh,
Like
I'm
I
about
did
to say.
no. In my training was 3 months at one location, and then my the actual job was at another location.
Okay.
And wow, it was like the people I worked with were constantly reminding me that they are Trump supporters. Like constantly.
Wow, that fits right into this episode.
Huh?
I mean, I said that fits right into
It
this episode
does.
because we
It
were
really
talking
does
about
because we
Trump.
were right. You're so right. And it's almost like it turns into a toxic work environment.
Mm.
Like cuz you can't figure out a way to escape it, and then it just becomes toxic. And I would like most of the time I'll just be minding my business, trying to learn. And you know what? Can I just say the people I worked with were so rude, and like they were like very passive aggressive. Um, they would like make it seem like we don't really like you because you're not white. Because literally everybody I worked with was white. This lady I worked with, she literally got in like a corporate email from someone whose like name was Indian, and their name is pronounced I think it's pronounced Kashit, and she was
Mm-hmm.
like, their name is pronounced Kashits. Oh my god, ha 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 ha.
Oh
And I'm
wow.
just you know I'm an Indian. You can ask me. I'm sitting right next to you how to pronounce the name, rather than like she literally went around the whole office talking about we got this corporate email and the person their name is Kashits, basically saying shit. And I'm like, excuse me.
White
So
women really be acting like that in the workplace.
they really do. And I've dealt with so many white women like that, and it's frustrating. So it was, that whole thing, then the whole thing with, at the other location my manager was a straight up Trump supporter. He would constantly bring up politics. It was so annoying. I am glad that I got sick and I left, because if I didn't get sick, I probably wouldn't have left, just because like I, wanted to keep a job and, whatever. I wanted to move up in the company, but like I'm just glad I left, because that was really starting to take a toll on my mental health. And I really like at that time I really wasn't talking to you guys.
I was just about to say that. Like when you worked at that place, I didn't see you there from the beginning to the end.
Cause I was literally like, I would go to work, I would come home, and I would sleep. Cause I would be exhausted from it. It was more draining on my mental health than anything. And that's why I had to get out of it.
Wow, like I can't think of. I think I might have seen you. I know we made plans to see each other a few times,
Never
but I
happened.
don't know if I actually seen you throughout that whole time.
Yeah. Cause I was also still working on the weekends doing Uber. So it was like I was working like every
Uh,
day.
yeah.
But yeah.
Whew. I can definitely relate to that. When you were talking about that, it reminded me of another job that I worked at. I was a sales representative.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, why did a job reach out to me today for a sales representative job? I mean, they text me, they emailed me, they called me. I'm like, I did that once for a second.
Hold on. Is this the one that was out in like country land?
Yes. How
Oh
do you
my
know?
lord. Cause I
They
remember you telling me about it.
and they always reach out to me every once in a while. I'm just like, y'all gotta really
I
stop.
would be like, I
Y'all didn't
left
even
for a
hire me the
reason.
first time. No, they didn't even hire me the first time. No, there's another sales job, but the job you're talking about is the job that I'm talking about as well.
Oh.
But I was offered a job today from a job that interviewed me when I was a sales rep and didn't
Yeah.
hire me. Anyways, so yeah, I was a sales rep and I would travel around to different parts of like our state and to a different state nearby, like but in the kind of tri-state area basically.
Yeah.
And I would have to stand in a grocery store and try to
Mm-mm.
sell cell phones, and it was just it just got to be worse. Like
I
I
can't do
remember
it.
I was in this kind of shady part of our city,
Mm-hmm.
and like I'm trying to sell this phone to this guy, and he's like getting hella aggressive with me. I'm just like, thank you for your business, bye. Because it just, I didn't say exactly that verbatim, but that's basically what I said. Because he was like really trying to argue with me. I'm just like, listen, I don't care about you, this phone, or this business. I'm about to leave this whole table and get out of and get the fuck.
You know what that reminds
Um,
me of?
what?
You remember that meme where that guy came up and at a Popeyes or something, and he was
Yeah.
like, "I don't like this girl that work at your job," and she was like, "Look here, I don't care about you. I don't care about
Oh, I
nobody.
love that video.
You know what I'm talking about?"
Yeah.
And they're
Because he
all
was
ganged
like,
up on him.
yeah, because he was trying to like accuse her of flirting with her son, and it was
Oh
some internet shit,
wow.
but that shit was weird. But
Yeah.
yeah, that job was just terrible. And like the day, I think I went to one more. I think that was my second to last day, because I think I went to my job the next day,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had a meeting with her, and I was like, honestly, this isn't for me, and I just quit
I feel it, girl.
because it was just so like, you want me to actually sell phones and beg people to buy these goddamn phones? I just cannot.
Yeah.
And it was definitely good money, but I knew I was gonna eventually get fired
But you
because
didn't.
right, but I knew I was because I would leave early. Like I would take hella breaks. I would have chairs. Like I'm not gonna stand for 9 hours. Are you insane? And have an hour break? I mean, a half an hour break.
I
What is
feel
this
it.
slavery?
Right.
Like absolutely not. I'm not gonna stand all day. And then they end up shortening my times, which was nice, but I still was not feeling it.
I feel you.
One time, only once. Apparently, they had secret shoppers, but I never ever seen them, so I really didn't care. But one time, she showed up. Thank God, all I can say is thank God I was not on my phone. My phone was charging. But most 99% of the time, I was on my phone. But I was sitting in the chair,
You
and I
know
had
what?
just sat down like 10 seconds before she walked in.
You know what I have to say about that?
What?
Eat the rich.
True. I didn't last long after that. I was in this really, really small town, and it was all Trump supporters surrounding me. And this was at the begin. This is before the election, so everybody was feeling themselves. All the Trump supporters,
They really were.
because
They
he
were
had,
acting crazy.
yeah. And I'm just like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And matter of fact, it's in the same city that you worked in
Yup.
at
It
that
is.
financial institution. So,
Yup. Never fucking again.
so we both had a terrible experience at that terrible place. And like, it's literally the middle of nowhere. Like they consider the city we live in to be the big city. And then even on top of that, they didn't even have like a mall or a movie theater. Like it was just that small.
They really don't. They really
Like,
don't have like
ooh.
any type of stores or nothing.
I was like, I actually feel bad for you guys.
Yeah. I don't know how people be surviving out there, like in the country. But I guess it's probably just because, I grew up in the city or something like that. But just being in the country, like, god damn, I cannot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I cannot. Mm-mm. Nothing. Oh, hold
Yeah.
up. W-2's available?
Who?
W-2's.
Who that? Oh my god.
I was like, what's going
Oh my
on?
gosh, the tax returns, you're so right.
I
And
thought it
I
was
actually get tax money back this year, so I'm excited.
um I already knew these ones back. I was looking for my other job.
Hold on, aren't they supposed to all be out by like January 31st?
I thought you couldn't even apply, honestly. I thought it was delayed. Someone told me that.
Oh my god. I'm ready to file my taxes, get my refund.
Right, and get the stimulus. So I can
And
be
get the
really
stim.
balling.
Oh, yes.
Like, period. Right on time.
Well,
Actually, it's late.
you know what? This would be a great segue into our next thing, but I just want to make sure if we still want to talk more about mental health in the
Yeah, let's talk about like how we
cope with it.
how we cope with balancing our mental health with working full time and going to school full time or whatever?
I don't. I just sleep and don't do it
Well,
anymore.
well, how did you? Well, shut up. Well, how did you cope at one point when you were working and going to school? Because
Well,
ours worked very. Oh yeah, you know what? We don't even talk about that enough. Ours started working in like ninth grade. I didn't really get a job until a real. Hold on, what's a real job? Okay,
yeah,
I
what's
didn't
the
get.
real job?
I didn't really get a job that I stayed at longer than 3 months until like how old was I? I was Lisa junior
Mm-hmm.
in college. Like I was just only
Girl,
working in the summer.
there's nothing wrong with that.
No, no, I ain't saying nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying
Mm-hmm.
you have worked for a very long time and you have also gone to school up until the
Yeah.
past 2 years. So obviously you have an opinion on, how
Well,
you got through.
okay. Well, damn, I really did used to do that. And I honestly, like, looking back, I don't know how I did that because now I don't think I would be able to.
You when it
And
was going to high school, going to work, I was like, girl, I'm going home actually.
girl, that was okay. It was more difficult in high school just because we had to be at school for like what, 8 hours,
Ew.
9 hours, like fucking prison hours. And right after that I would have to go to work, so that was very draining. And then trying to manage, I feel like we had more homework in high school than we did
Oh,
in
for
college,
sure. Oh, for
because
sure.
that was, I'm sorry to say, but that was hell. Like, we had
So much homework in high school.
so much fucking homework, like, and I understand they were trying to prepare us for college and everything, but
But
like,
I felt over prepared.
I did, because I'm like, college wasn't even that bad.
Exactly. I was like, college is really not like compared to what one teacher would give me, like this is nothing.
It's really not. Like, it was definitely more difficult um in terms of like the content, I guess, or like the actual learning part of things. Because you take, like, 2,000 level classes, 3,000 level classes, but like, in terms of like workload, it wasn't that much, and like, it would last a semester and then you're done with that bitch. And back in our high school, we had to do like the senior project thing that lasted an entire
Year.
year.
Actually
And
more
that,
like a year and a half because
a
we
year and a
started our junior
half.
year.
Right. You're so right. And that was like the most draining thing I have ever done. I would used to have mental breakdowns over my senior project because it was that fucking difficult. And then I picked a topic that, like, I didn't really care about that much. I thought I did in the
Damn, what was
moment.
your topic?
I'm embarrassed to say.
Okay.
It was about like how the media um has an impact on like celebrities and blah blah blah. It was so dumb.
No,
I should have done something else.
I don't know. I kind of like that because I remember Kia's topic and our other friend's topic, but I just didn't remember yours. I remember
Exactly, because it
Carmen's
was
and
whack.
I remember like Jalen's and Shay and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
okay, what were we
What was I
talking about?
talking about? I don't even remember what I
Someone
was
needs
talking
to be
about.
keeping track.
Oh, yes.
Coping
Okay,
skills.
managing. Yeah, managing and how I did it. Okay, yeah. So it was, I don't even think I had a coping skill. I think, okay, well, this was the one skill that I had. I remember like Mondays used to be the worst fucking days because I would have to go to work, and then I wouldn't have slept the night before. Like, on Sunday I would have only slept like 4 hours. So then I would usually not sleep in. I would go home on Tuesdays because I didn't have work on Tuesdays, and I would sleep that whole day. Then I would wake up at like 6 a.m., do my homework, go to school at 8, and then go
Ooh,
back
that
to work.
sounds so ghetto, Orange. I'm
It
so
really,
sorry.
oh my God, I don't know why I did that.
That
I
sounds
should have just asked my mom for money. Like, why was I going through it?
independent woman shit. Like me, I was asking my parents for money. Actually, I was looking for a job. It wasn't like I wasn't looking, but
You really were.
I kept getting unlucky. My interview skills were really, really bad. Like I'm such a like introverted, awkward kind of person, and it took me a long time to develop people skills to be able to small talk. Now I can
Mm-hmm.
small talk with anyone. Like I
I feel
swear I
that.
can. Like, and I hate small talk. If you know me, you know I hate it, but I know how to do it now.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. But yeah,
Yeah.
both of those jobs were awful for me, and as well as you. Any other jobs?
Well,
I could.
that was, back in high school. College, it was definitely much easier to manage working. I was mostly working as a server in college.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yes, and then I was also working at TJ Maxx. So you know, I would just like schedule my days there, and it was much easier. Like undergrad was basically a breeze. Now I don't know how grad school is gonna be, but yeah.
Wow, that still is like a complete surprise because you always talked about not thinking about grad school.
I
Like you
know.
were
It's
like
gonna be so hard though.
disgusted by grad school.
I really was. I was like, I will die before I go to grad school.
And
But now
now,
I'm excited. I'm ready to have mental breakdowns over homework again. I'm ready.
you know what? And I kind of feel the same way. Okay, sort of. Because, like, I realized that I worked so much, and last year I could never work this many days a week. But it's because school took up a lot of my time.
It does. Isn't it so much easier to just do one thing?
It is, but I have so much free time when I'm not, and I'm like, damn, I should be doing this. Like, I need to be, like, I'm like, what's the point of this fucking laptop? Like,
Girl.
at this point, like, what is I
Yeah.
using it on? But, you know,
Yeah.
but I'm definitely not looking forward to going back to school. I'm totally opposite of ours, like we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
But you're
it's
gonna do so good.
I know I have to go back and get my master's just because of the thing I want to do.
Yeah.
But I'm disgusted by the idea. I
I
really want
feel
to do
it.
the 1 year program, but I feel like if I do the 1 year program, it's gonna be like dying again. Like
Yeah.
when I think about last year and all that I went through with
Oh yeah.
balancing work, school, and interning, like I feel like
Yeah.
sometimes I wasn't in my body. It wasn't out of work. I would just be a machine constantly, just going, going.
Damn.
I wake up, go to my internship, come back home, maybe sleep for 30 minutes, go to work, get off at 11, do the same thing,
Mm-mm.
go to class all day Wednesday. For 8 hours. I used to literally go to school for 8 hours on Wednesdays. I would go, my first class was at
Wow.
9, my second class, and then I would have a third class on certain Mondays. I mean, on certain Wednesdays. I think like every other Wednesday or something. And that would end at like 5 o'clock. Thank God that teacher was awful and let us out so early. So, yeah, and I would skip that class. And like the last day of school was a party. And I'm like, I am not in high school anymore. I don't
Right.
want to make it was the last day of fall semester. I'm like, I don't want to spend my last day in class partying with y'all. Like, I rather just
Right.
you should have made this volunteer. Like an extra credit
Yeah.
or something. Like I'm not gonna eat y'all sausages. Like some girl made like some dip and it had like sausage and ham in it, and I was just like, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't want it. It was called like heart attack in a cake. I mean heart attack dip,
Uh-uh.
heart attack
What the
dip, and I was like, and then the teacher actually came up to me like, you don't want to join the others? I said no, I don't actually. I want to go.
That
I'm ready
sounds
to go. Why don't you in this
right.
class so I can go? Like I don't want to be here like just chilling. Like I'm exhausted.
Right.
Like I'm
You
not.
already have so much to balance. It's like that's the last thing you would be thinking about.
It's like hanging out eating like chips and dip. Like no, I want to go home so I can finish my homework.
Back when I was at like the smaller branch or whatever of our school,
Mm-hmm.
we definitely used to have stuff like that. Like one of our math teachers definitely tried to do that, and I was like, "Sweetie, I'm going back home and taking a nap."
It's like I can be asleep while y'all eat
Right.
these. Like I don't need to be here. I feel like
Mm-mm.
you taking attendance like for what?
Yeah.
And I couldn't wait to walk out. I swear, I used to plan my walk out. You be in class, you be like, bitch, I know I'm about to leave this class early. I need to leave. Like I'm about to have a breakdown.
Yeah.
And I would literally just be like, all right, she walked out. Oh shit, let me go right here behind her. Literally hurry together my shit and leave right behind the next person. Like, let's
Mm-mm.
be shamed together.
Right. Shit.
Teacher asks, I have a doctor's appointment. It's a family emergency. Like, they never used to ask, so that's what I loved about them. But
Yeah, they didn't. They're not nosy as like high school teachers. Like you move and they're like, "Why are you moving?
it's like, girl,
Can I breathe?" It's like you had
please.
to ask to go to the bathroom. That
You
was
have
something
to
so
ask
weird.
to go to the bathroom.
That was so fucking weird. Cause like I had never experienced that in college.
You know what? Now that I think about it, that is okay weird. Like, why do I need to go ask her to the bathroom?
It is so weird. You know what?
I mean, I get it because kids will lollygag and just have someone pointing at
Yeah.
them. But I feel
But
like,
like
hey,
grown ass kids.
I should just be like, hey, I need to go to the bathroom. And it's like,
Right.
okay. And then they be like, no, you need to wait till the person come back. Like, listen, I have nothing to do with their bladder. Okay?
Exactly. Right.
Theirs don't stop. Theirs don't stop and mine start. Okay?
Oh my god.
Mine's is ready. So like, I don't get that.
I know, like, so, like, in college, I started having panic attacks. Like, that's where my mental illness started, I guess.
Hmm.
And one time I was sitting in class and I started having a panic attack. And I literally just got up and left. And nobody asked questions.
They
The
don't even pay
professor,
attention. They don't blink.
right. Like, the professor was like, who? Like, they don't care.
They was like, you left early?
So,
I thought you were here the whole
right,
time.
exactly. And then I had to like explain to him like, hey, I was like panicking. Could you please let me know what the rest of the lesson was? And he was, nice about it and helped me out. But I'm just like it's just weird to me how we just can't go to the bathroom in high school like without permission. It's strange.
I feel like if that's the case, they need to have a bathroom like right in the classroom.
Oh
Like a small
yes.
little like girl, people gotta go to the bathroom.
I can't control my bladder. The fuck.
And honestly, I feel like even if the kid is going just to clear their mind, like listen,
Yeah.
sometimes I needed to go to the bathroom in high school.
Oh
Okay?
yeah.
I need a break
I
mentally.
feel it. I feel it.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Any other mental health, stuff in the workplace? I know my mental illness started from school and work. I feel like.
I would say there was one other place. I don't want to talk too much about it because I still preside there. Preside there. I don't even think that's the right reside.
Whatever.
I
Reside,
still work
work.
there.
Mm-hmm.
But the place that I'm referring to, I work there not like all the time, but the thing about that job that kind of irritates me because it preach about the importance of mental health, about not doing burnout, about reaching out if you're feeling down, and then
Mm-hmm.
it always talked about overtime. So that really just irritated me. Like we had this well, it was supposed to be like this room for like self care, and that
Mm-hmm.
room literally, is it a thing? I don't even know, but that was like a year ago, and I don't know. It just really irritated me that it always mandated for us to do overtime, but
Yeah.
working on a job like that and doing overtime, that's a lot mentally.
It
So
is. It is.
it just really annoyed me that a job that preaches mental health. Even my current, even I would say honestly, most social work jobs, even though they preach anti burnout and making sure
Yeah.
you're taking care of yourself so you can take care of others. Even with the situation I was telling you earlier about the
Mm-hmm.
coworker who decided to quit today, or whatever, like
Mm-hmm.
you guys say that, but you guys give us these huge workloads and expect us to figure things out.
Yeah.
And then be on our ass about numbers or whatever the case may be. So just like
It's
you
hypocritical.
it really is, and that really irritates me. So
Yeah.
and I'm guess I'm trying to see that thing with social work, which ties pretty much back in why I need to go back to school because really I want to work for myself
Yeah.
eventually and like which I never had like I never thought I really want to work for myself, but I know like now that I feel like I've kind of realized that because like when I some of the people I meet in this field, I just be like, you guys don't know how to be people, so how are you working with people?
Right.
So you guys don't know how to talk to people, like you guys
That's awful.
like what is like you guys don't know how to do simple things like greet people. Like I've never seen people that work with people have the worst social skills ever.
Yeah.
Like you don't know how to say hello.
Right.
So I really just know that the people in this field, some of them really just, whew,
Yeah.
a mess.
I
Yeah.
feel it.
So yeah. So let's move into our next topic.
Mm-hmm.
That relates to working in
Yes.
and managing mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Recent debates have been around minimum wage.
Yes. I know people on Twitter were talking a lot, discussing a lot about the minimum wage and like who it affects, who it, whatever and whatever. So
And
we do.
before you
Mm-hmm.
continue, can you recall why this came up? Was Biden planning on like
You know what? Why did this come
I
up? I
can't
actually don't
remember. Like
know.
I feel like I remembered at one point, but I honestly don't know. Like,
But
was someone
it's like,
planning to change it or?
I honestly don't know, but like I know minimum wage has been a topic of discussion for so long. Like I feel like every now and then it'll pop up on Twitter and people will, try to argue that it's not, it shouldn't be so and so, or they might argue that it should be lower or whatever,
Yeah, and I just feel like, well, in our city, I'm pretty sure our minimum wage has already been approved to go up
Is
to
it?
$15. And I only say that because I remember last year, around this time, I
Are you
think,
serious?
I'm pretty sure it is. It's gradually gonna move to 15. Because I remember my boss, she called me. She's like, "Oh, we're gonna give you a raise," but everyone got a raise that day. And then she
Oh
said something about the
wow.
$15 an hour thingy. So I feel like that was already something that's happening, but they're gonna take years to gradually increase it. I thought that
Mm-hmm.
was the thing. I mean, well, that's what she
I didn't know
said.
that.
I don't know if that is
Okay.
for the company I work for or what, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, oh shoot, someone actually picked up my DoorDash order.
What?
Yes. It said Selena. Shout out to
Shout
Selena
out
for
to
picking up.
Selena because I have tried to order off DoorDash after 8 o'clock twice, and both of my orders has been canceled.
Oh my goodness. I'm so
DoorDash,
sorry.
DoorDash in our city has been really. I think maybe because you did it in a high area,
Yeah.
but
I guess. I don't know.
DoorDash in our city or probably around the world, like they really don't have that many drivers anymore because they went public and apparently
Yeah.
they
FBI checks.
apparently they found out that a lot of you niggas didn't have license, so they kicked y'all off.
Why you say it like that? Oh,
It's
so
okay.
funny.
My dad, it happened to him.
Oh my goodness. Why can't they just let people work?
That's
Like,
why
come
when he told
on.
me, I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, I got kicked off."
Oh well.
Okay, so I believe we have. I think you found something.
Yes, a tweet that actually we saw on Twitter. We want to like piggyback off of it. So someone tweeted I'll read the thing that someone said. They said, "I'm sorry, but I feel like minimum wage is not meant for people to support someone, or I'm sorry, not meant for people to support families on. Checking people out at Walmart doesn't constitute $15 an hour. I don't care where you live." Okay. I'll be honest, I didn't really understand what this person was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Um, should we mention who said it?
Sure.
It's someone named at Pinky Winky,
I don't even know. Okay, I see it.
Miss Booge Ghetto.
Yeah, so she said the part about like checking people out at Walmart does not mean you deserve $15, which is like,
Okay, trash.
and
Goodbye.
I just say like my response to that is like you. The point of a minimum wage is that people have the minimum. Actually, did she say that?
The minimum, the word is in the
The
word.
minimum amount to sustain a lifestyle.
Exactly.
Like I get paid more than minimum wage, and I still like struggle.
It's hard, right? Like even above it.
Yeah,
But anyway, someone else, used this quote and said, if your employer is underpaying you for what you think is a better job than a cashier, just say that. She also went on to say, this is someone named at such underscore a such Franken lady. You're only pushing back because now the people who are or people who you enjoy looking down on are about to be making 31K a year and you make 32K.
that's the real problem. Just admit that your
It
job is
is.
underpaying you. Most jobs are underpaying you.
Exactly.
I don't know if they fully realize that maybe this means you can probably get a raise.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like everybody is really being underpaid. I mean, and honestly, anyone who is like against the minimum wage, you're basically defending billionaires in my eyes. Because and what are you getting out of this? What are you
nothing.
getting out of defending billionaires? Like they're
A
not going to
few
pick
extra
you. They're not
dollars.
going to give you right. They're not going to be like, "Oh, here, I'll share my wealth with you." No. They're not doing that. It's not benefiting you in any way. If the fucking government wants to increase the minimum wage so someone can live a a fucking
Livable
regular
life.
life, a livable life, then what is your problem with that?
Uh,
And people forget where they come from. Like everybody
oh,
was probably working at minimum wage at one level. Like I worked when I first started working out, I was working for $7.25.
ooh. At one
That was my first job.
at one point, I was my first like paying job that I worked at for. Yeah, my first really job. I was making 18. And when I tell you, my body used to be so freaking sore after losing that job. And it was at a
Woo!
fucking dollar store. Literally, I
Exactly.
used to have to. They used to expect me to unpack all those fucking boxes, be a cashier. The assistant manager used to be on the phone crying and shit, and then having
Mm-mm.
her side dude come up to the store and like them talk shit. And I was just like, what is going on in this place? And then she used to try to put me and get me to be on her side, and then she used to try to
Yeah.
say little racist shit to me, like, and I'm just like, all
Uh-uh.
for this, and I quit. And the manager called me unprofessional, and she told me I'm too early in my career to fuck up. And I said, sweetie, I'm in college,
Girl,
I'll be
bye.
fine.
Right.
Or I said something like that, or I'm smart, I'm gonna be fine, or something like that.
I love
Because
that.
they used to really try to shit on me. Like, it used to be so funny.
People
I'm
suck.
like, you bitches are so miserable, and it shows.
Really? And they're probably just upset that someone younger than them is working basically the
That
same
I think that's
job.
really what it was. But I think the biggest thing, I mean, somebody black, and like they used to really try to shit on me, and I used to be like really like laughing. Like I'm just like, you are pathetic.
Really?
Oh my goodness, you are too old to be
Really?
trying to shit on a 20. I wasn't even 28. I mean, I was probably like 19. No, I was probably like 18. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was 18.
Was this in 2017 or
This
16?
had to be. Oh, this might have been 26, 20. This was yeah, summer 2016.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you were probably 18 at the
Yeah,
time
it
still.
had because it was before the election, but the election was coming.
Yeah. But you know how you said like your feet would hurt at that
Yes,
job? And it's like these jobs that pay like the lowest wage will be the most labor intensive
true.
jobs. Because when I tell you, when I was working my $7 an hour
Listen,
job, I was so exhausted. And at this job, and this, the most recent job I was working, I was sitting on my
same,
ass,
same,
getting paid way more than seven
same.
dollars
At
an
my
hour.
job right
So
now,
it's
I sit on
like,
my ass most of the day, but at the
mm-hmm.
end of the day, like I get paid much more than I did when I was up all day.
Exactly, exactly. And of course, you're using a different set of skills or whatever at your higher paying job, but you cannot discredit someone working for $7 an hour because they're still busting their
And I,
ass just trying to make a,
yeah,
a
and when I worked
living.
at those jobs, I deserved that much because I was working so much. My body was in so much
Right.
pain. Like it was just, whew. So
Yeah. So anyone who's trying to shit on minimum wage, I'm going to need you to stop and think and reflect for a second because we have all worked those jobs before and they're not fun. And if anything, since nobody wants to work those jobs, those people should be compensated more for actually having to work those
yeah,
jobs. Like, don't nobody want to work at like where you have to stand all day? That's a very
it
labor
really is like
intensive
standing
job.
all day jobs for 8 hours. Like what is this?
My parents are immigrants and they have basically worked labor intensive jobs their entire lives
Mm-hmm.
in America. And they have, and what do they not deserve to make a decent living? Do they not deserve to at least be able to pay their
Mm-hmm.
bills and
And
you know like, come on
that have done
now.
labor jobs their entire life, when they get in their 50s and 60s, their bodies are in such bad
Oh my
conditions.
god,
Like, yeah,
don't
I
even get
was
me
working with this
started.
girl, and she was telling me like her body was in so much pain because she had worked in so many labor.
Labor
Right,
intensive jobs. Yeah. My parents are like that right now, and it's hard to see them go through that. My mom, she has shoulder issues, she has arthritis. My dad has arthritis. My dad has been a chef his whole life, so working in a kitchen is already just so
right,
difficult. And then my mom, she, most of her life she worked in a factory just doing labor work, and that took a toll on her shoulders, her body, and it's hard to see your parents go through that. And I don't want people going through that. And if they're going to be doing these jobs, they need to be compensated accordingly.
right.
And that's on Mary Had a
Yeah.
Little Lamb.
So I think people should stop being focused on trying to feel like you're above someone else. And then maybe you can actually
Right.
get things done and worry about how you can keep your
Exactly.
$15 an hour job.
And if you're so worried about, someone else making more money than you, then go
Yeah,
find
because
another job or go
yeah,
negotiate
they
your
probably make like
salary.
16,
That's not
$17.
on anybody
Like,
else.
come on,
Right.
you don't really have to shit on nobody for
You know what?
$2.
Exactly. And I saw another tweet on Twitter. I don't know exactly what it was, but this man was saying, I make $16 pushing boxes at UPS, and I'll be damned if a burger flipper is making $16 doing this, doing less work than me. Sir,
Do they not know
excuse
they can
me?
have the choice to work that lesser than paying job? I mean, that lesser work job.
God damn.
Like, you can just go flip burgers there, and you said it's an easier job.
Right. Go
If I
flip
was you, I
them.
would leave UPS
Right.
and go flip burgers. You can do it easily for $16. Like, he is
Right.
tripping. He wants to push boxes and be mad because he hurt. Like, these people are
Right.
flipping burgers, and yeah, they're in some pain, but you clearly are in so much pain that you're talking about it. So,
Exactly. Like, don't try to discredit anybody else's work just because you feel like you're working harder than them. Like, you don't know anybody's pain. You don't know anybody's how much work they're putting into whatever. If you never flip burgers, you don't know what it's
because
like to flip
honestly,
burgers.
when people at McDonald's have nasty attitudes, and I don't even go to McDonald's, but when I have gone there or went to Wendy's or whatever, I don't even get mad when they have attitudes because I'm like, I would have an attitude too.
I get it.
Like,
Exactly. Like, who wouldn't? Those jobs
honestly,
suck.
if as long as you take my order and give me my food, like, I don't even care.
Right.
I'm
That's
not even
enough for
tipping y'all
me.
because it's like fast food. No, no, I'm just saying, like, it's fast food. Like,
Right.
really, that doesn't even matter to me.
Exactly. But yeah, please stop shitting on people just because minimum wage is going to go higher. And can we talk about cost of living, how that has
Yeah.
gone up since the minimum wage has not basically changed since 1997. And back then gas was like what, 99 cents a dollar, and now gas is $3.
Listen,
Whatever,
it's
probably even
expensive.
more in more popular states. It's expensive. So, we have all this inflation, but no money to fucking
Yeah,
support that.
it's getting weird.
So,
Like,
and please stop it's getting weird. Stop defending billionaires that are not
I don't
doing
think
shit
people
for you.
realize, like, these people actually do not care about you. I don't care how many times they say we're your family. Like,
No,
anytime a job
they
has
don't
said that to
care.
me, I was like, we are not a family. Like, I mean, obviously, I have coworkers who I'm close to, and we are cool. But like, this
Yeah.
job as a whole, at the end of the day, if I do something wrong or I need to, like, if anything happens, like, if you guys can throw me under the bus, you guys are. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of over that kind of. That's why I never let a job really really affect my mental health as much because like anymore
Mm-hmm.
because like a job is not worth my health at all.
Not at all.
And I would say that to everyone. Like
Yeah.
I would rather flip burgers than be unhappy really and working a job I don't want to do.
Right. I feel
I mean,
you.
I wouldn't like. I'm not a chef, so I probably wouldn't do that. But you get the gist. Like you guys don't want me in your kitchen.
Yeah.
I mean, I can actually cook, but
Yeah.
I don't like cooking, so I probably wouldn't do that.
I
See,
cannot cook
yeah, like
at
I
all.
spent like a whole 2 years cooking consistently, and I said, "Child, I'm
You
never cooking
did,
again.
yeah.
You better be lucky if I cook anything."
Alexis tried to make me or try to teach me how to cook. I could not follow. I'm sorry.
I know I did. No,
I
you didn't
burnt the
burn the chicken
chicken.
that time. No, you said
Did
you
I?
said it tasted pretty
Can't remember.
good. Maybe
Did I? Was that when I
yeah.
baked it? Oh yeah, that was
I'm gonna
pretty
teach you how to cook
okay.
some more
Yeah.
because I do want to get back. I do
Please.
want to cook more. Like not like I'm a chef, but like I know how to cook a few dishes. But I actually want to
Yeah.
get back into that because I used to love doing that. I may cook something
Yeah.
Saturday. No, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna.
Okay. She's not gonna
I'm
do
not.
it.
I'm lying. Right. Let me not lie because I got some stuff to do Saturday. Are we gonna go get crab?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I
Can we
have to go.
please?
I gotta go drop off. I got some errands to run in the morning. But yeah.
Okay. I'm down. All right. Well, I think this has been a very
It
long
has.
episode. So let's
Yes.
conclude it.
I want to thank everyone for listening. Um, I feel like this was a really great episode. Personally.
I think so too. One of our
Yeah, so
best.
I'm excited to hear for you guys to listen. We actually finally figured out what the fuck was going on with our distribution. We are on a few platforms, but we're still kind of ironing out all the kinks. But we're hoping
Mm-hmm.
to, you know, keep you guys updated on social media, which we probably need to be more present on. Like
Yeah.
I be trying to be on there, but
I just forget
yeah,
about it. I'm
I do.
sorry.
But I mean, it always pops up. That's because I always accidentally go back and forth to the accounts. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I never really in it for too long. So yeah, so we're hoping to keep you
Yeah.
guys updated on social media. Follow us at Lost in Our 20s with an S
She gonna forget.
pod or podcast, depending
Yeah.
on which platform. But I'm sure if you just type in pod, you'll find us. So yeah, Lost in Our
Yeah.
20s pod. 20s with an S.
Yes. And yeah. And we're on YouTube. I would say that's the most reliable source we have right now.
Yes. That and Anchor.
Um, that and Anchor, yeah. If anybody listens to us on Anchor. But
Yeah, but
yeah,
hopefully by next episode we'll be on more platforms and be able to kind of
I
update you
hope
guys in the
so.
description. I try to put everything in the
Mm-hmm.
description box, our email, our social media, where you can find the videos at, and
Yeah.
yada yada yada. So if it's ready, it will be in the description box.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you very much for listening. We will see you guys
Bye.
next week.